I'm not going to be here forever. I'm only going to be here for a minute or two or three, maybe five. But let me know if you can hear me. I know my sis Jenny was live, and I texted her and told her I was going live because I don't want her to think that I'm like backdooring her or anything like that. So we have a very respectful relationship, and it's gonna stay that way. So she's probably still live, but it's okay. But let me know if y'all can hear me. Oh yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you. So anyway, but out first, but let me just say this. Thank y'all for showing up, and thank you for my loud talkers, especially those that have reached out to me, whether it's via my phone, message, or in the sisterhood group. I appreciate you guys. I have been looking in, but I haven't really been saying anything. Okay. But I have been reading the comments and the ones that sent me messages. If I have not responded back to you, just know it's not purposely. I am. I'm just, I was just been chilling. You can ask Jay. I literally just been laying in the bed for the last 2 days, just taking in fluids and just resting my voice. I must say I'm feeling better. I'm not gonna say 100. I can't lie. I can't say 100. I think that because laying around and not really being active, I've lost some strength. So I'm just trying to get my strength back. Okay. I'm gonna go walking tomorrow. I just don't feel like doing it today. But I'm gonna go walking tomorrow to try to get some strength back, get my heart back up and stuff like that or whatever. Cause I have been a lazy. If you've ever been sick and it feels like something is taking over your body or whatever, you understand what I'm talking about. You feel weak, you feel like you can't really do much. And that's where I'm at. So I feel weak. Okay. So I just, Jay been like, oh, you need to eat, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. And I'm like, I know, I know, I know. But I've definitely been pushing fluids. Okay. So that's a good thing. Okay. So, but I did want to come on and say something. At first I wasn't, but then I was like, you know what, I am. Because let me tell you what type of person I am. I think most of y'all know. Thank y'all for the super chats. I do appreciate it. So appreciate the love too. Did y'all see that beautiful cup that my girl Rachel Ray sent to me? She said she'll punch a bitch in the throat for me. I love that. She said I will punch a bitch in the throat for you. I love that mug. Yes, that's gonna be my new favorite mug. But also Nisi and Yasmin showed me some love today. They said, go get you a medicine ball or something like that. So thank y'all so very much. I do appreciate y'all. I really do. But also I wanted to come on because I just want to say this. I I am a I told y'all this before, but I'm gonna say it again. I analyze a lot of things, right? I don't just come out and speak uh, without thinking. I think about things. I process it in my mind several times before I come out and say something. Actually, some people don't like that about me, especially my husband. He always said, "Why you got to analyze everything?" I do that by nature. I think about it and I play it over in my head like I'm being facetious, but like 15 times before I actually will move on it. And the reason being is because sometimes we can misjudge things, we can miscalculate things. So I'll play it over in my head, play it over in my head, play it over in my head, and then I will speak on it, right? So with that being said, I still stand on how I feel that things went down, okay? And no apology on this side will be given, okay? No apologies. And I don't have anything bad to say about nobody or how their stance is. If they want to take a stance one way or the other, I have no hard feelings or no bad feelings about it. Deep down in my heart, I just feel like sometime a tree will be shaken and whatever fall out just falls out. You understand what I'm saying? I do understand that everybody is not meant to go along your journey with you or you on their journey. You understand what I'm saying? People have different journeys in life. And I just feel that at some point, when you shake a tree, however it's shaken, shook or whatever, people will fall out. And sometimes it may not be people that you want or you expect, but that's life. And we have to understand it. We have to understand that everybody is not meant to stay in your life forever, right? People have seasons. But that doesn't mean that you have to be mad or angry at that person, right? You don't, because I am one that knows how to move along peacefully. And I would have moved along peacefully with the other content creator, but I just feel like it was taken further because, I just like being truthful. It may have started off with just a live stream, and I'm not about to go down memory lane of how it all started and this, that, and the other. That's about 3 weeks too late or 2 weeks too late. So I'm not even interested in the, oh, this is what happened, this what happened, this what happened. Man, please, we 2 weeks past that, right? But what I will say is it was spiraled into a whole nother narrative that attacked at our sisterhood. And that's what um disappointed me the worst, that people allowed our sisterhood to be attacked, called ass kissers and cult members, and things of that nature. Our sisterhood has been through a lot, and we was embarrassed, publicly embarrassed, the whole sisterhood, all because of an incident, right? Because me withdrawing my support publicly, and it wasn't just because of one particular thing, it was other things, and I brung that out. However, again, I'm not going back down memory lane, but for anybody that want to say I'm wrong because I didn't take accountability for that thing, but then the other person is okay and they right because they spiraled out on a narcissistic rage and attacked our sisterhood and then tried to discredit me with lie after lie after lie. Those are the things that I will not overlook. And but again, I'm not out here to bash anyone about it or anything, because again, I just feel like at certain points in our life, you understand what I'm saying? We make a decision to either continue to jail or not. So I'm not mad at nobody. And I'm not a cult leader. So if people do not want to support me and they want to continue on their journey without me, they're welcome. Okay. Now, I do want to say this. I want to point on this. I appreciate every last one of my moderators. Y'all know who my moderators are. They've been my moderators for a while. Even if I unmodded them for a minute because I was like, oh, I don't need 4 mods. I'm just going to go down to 2. That was already relayed to them. I told my moderators that I was going to go down to 2 because I didn't need 4. Okay. And I don't have to come out here to the internet and tell everybody that. Some people think that because you unmod someone, you no longer like them. That's not true at all. But I brought them back as mods because I realized that all my mods are not available at the same time. So just because I have 4, all 4 may not be available at the same time. So I went back and modded all my moderators that I had. Just for those that don't know, Candy is a moderator. She's a managing moderator. What does that mean? She has more privilege than the other moderators only because Candy is in here the most. Okay. So she's a managing moderator. Then I have Lavette is my moderator. Sonia is my moderator. And Vanessa is my moderator. Okay. Not Sonia, Cutesy. I'm sorry. Cutesy is my moderator. So here's the thing about my moderators. I trust my moderators and I feel like my moderators trust me. Okay. I will say this, and I've already spoken to Vanessa about this. At the time, all the discord was happening, the division or whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna call it the bullshit because that's what it was. Um, Vanessa had already reached out and said that she was going to clean up the group, right? For those that are just in the sisterhood and not talking. It's done regularly. This is not the first time it's been done, and it won't be the last time, right? But when she said it to me, I wasn't really thinking properly. And I didn't say, oh, no, not right now, Vanessa, not right now, because things are going on. I didn't even say that because literally I had too much on my mind. And I really I just wasn't myself. Let's just say that. So I didn't tell her don't do it, and she went ahead and did it. Well, apparently, a few people got offended and felt like they were being kicked out of the group because of a division thing. It was nothing like that. So I just want to give a shout out to those that reached out to us, whether it was me or Vanessa, right? And said, "Hey, all you have to do is reapply and just agree to the terms, right? Just agree that you will even just say good morning, right? If you're going to be a part of a sisterhood, and if some people say good morning, you don't have to say good morning to every person that says good morning, but to sit amongst the sisterhood and don't say nothing for 90 days, Like, why do you even want to be there at that point? You mean you don't have nothing to share with us? Not even a hey? Not even a what's up? That's all we're saying. If we're supposed to be a sisterhood, it's a give and take thing. Why would you just want to be a part of a sisterhood and you only receiving and you can't give? And when I say give, I don't mean money wise or anything like that. When I say give, give like what type of day you having or something like that or whatever, right? We want to know. Did you have a birthday? Did your grandson do something great at school like you could share? But just to receive and not give nothing of yourself, right? Even to say good morning or how you ladies doing or nothing for 90 days, that just tells us that you don't want to be a part of us. If and it's funny that you don't even know you're out of the group until you get kicked out of the group, but you're in there for 90 days not saying nothing. That doesn't even make sense. But again, some people get kicked out and they turn around and they just reach out and say, hey, I got put out the group. Can you tell me why? And it's explained to them because you've been idle for 90 days. And just as long as you realize, hey, just even if you just speak, hey, y'all, I'm still here, or whatever the case may be, that's the only requirement to be a part of the sisterhood. That's the only requirement. You ain't got to tell us your dirty secrets. You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to throw no money to be a part of the sisterhood. You don't even have to be a member to be a part of the sisterhood. To be a part of the sisterhood, all we ask is that we share together. Meaning that if somebody is speaking, hey y'all, just want to say hello, whatever, you speak back, or even you can speak too. There's nothing wrong with speaking. There's nothing wrong with saying good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. God is good. God ain't good. I'm happy today. I'm pissed off today. Just something. Just give of yourself the way we give of ourselves. It's some people like Danny for one. She gonna post 15 times a day, right? She gonna post a picture of Danny. Danny gonna take a picture and she gonna post a picture. She shares. That means that she really want to be a part of the sisterhood. All we ask is you engage. So, but I did tell Vanessa, I said, well, sis, it may have been a bad time or whatever, because now some people, because I did get some feedback and it was like, oh, I'm no longer or I'm taking this stance because I didn't got kicked out the sisterhood and this is my second or third time. So I'm standing with the other content creator because I don't like the way you allowed your moderator to kick me out. I can't be mad at her. That's how she feel. Nobody can say I've cussed him out for leaving. I've cussed him out for being a part of the other content creators live. I don't do that, but I'm supposed to be the cult leader. I know I'm not a cult leader, right? I feel like I'm a leader, but I'm not a cult leader. I don't cuss people out for no longer wanting to support me. You're not going to hear no song where I'm dragging supporters for no longer supporting me. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to see me doing anything derogatory to anybody that chose not to support me. The reason why I went after the content creator and the other content creator, I guess if that's what you want to call her, and then the one that actually said that she ain't like me for a long time but went on a trip with me, is because how they attacked me and the sisterhood. They attacked the sisterhood as a whole. It may have started off with one thing, but it spilled over into a whole bunch of other stuff. And that's the part that I can't get with. Okay, that's the part that I will never understand. And at this point, it's too late to be trying to understand. You understand what I'm saying? It's 2, 3 weeks too late. So all the, oh, I'm praying for all of this to be over. It's over with me. You understand what I'm saying? And then sometimes all you got to do is just sit back and listen, and you will find out somebody's agenda, their intentions, right? I had a problem with one thing and it spiraled over into I'm jealous. I looked at you with deadly eyes. You was mad because I was the life of the party. We didn't have karaoke. I want a refund. Just a whole bunch of things. I never really liked you. You act like you was stuck up. You didn't want to be around us. The trip was shitty, the worst trip ever. Just a whole lot of things came out that was just not true. It was just not true. And now when I look at the photos that we had, I'm literally like looking at them like, damn, should I take all these photos off my page? It was an embarrassment. Our trip turned into an embarrassment, and it was purposely done. Our trip. It was not an embarrassment while we were there, but it was made into this big embarrassment. It was led to believe that we're a group of hateful, evil, um, heartless individuals that treat each other bad. And that's just not true, right? And I want you guys to know that. I want you guys to know that through it all, I do feel responsible, not that I created the sisterhood group, but because I'm the blogger, right? Somewhat. And it seemed like it all fell back on me. Oh, you guys are big. You guys are this evil group. You guys are demonic. You guys are ass kissers, all because y'all chose to stand with someone that y'all started off with. That was all deliberate. That was all to cause division. That was all to make you guys feel bad about still wanting to support me. And all along, I'm not making nobody feel bad for them wanting to support the other person. But I was called a cult leader, an evil leader, all type of names. That will never leave me. Okay. So with that said, I'm not gonna be on here long. I literally just wanted to come on here and tell y'all that a lot of this weight has been on my shoulder because when the sisterhood got attacked, it wasn't just attacked by one person that got attacked and then it spilled over into people that we have called our ops for a long time or whatever. And they took jabs at it and they laughed. And you know what? We couldn't even be mad at them, right? We couldn't even be mad at them for taking their jabs and saying things about us. Why? Because that's how it was brought to the internet. It was brought to the internet and it was meant to be brought to the internet in that way, right? And so we couldn't be mad at them. We couldn't be mad at nobody for mocking us. We couldn't be mad at nobody for calling us names. We couldn't be mad at anybody for how they saw us because we came out here with this embarrassment. We got embarrassed because somebody that was once part of the sisterhood took it a step further and wanted to drag the sisterhood. And not just one, it was really three. Three people came out and they put a bad name on the sisterhood. So we had to eat that. We literally had to eat that. But I just want y'all to know we are continually building the sisterhood. We have gained more sisters. Y'all know that Tammy is a sister now. So everybody welcome Tammy. I don't even know if she's in the chat, but I do welcome the new members that we do have. And I hope that we can continue to grow. And if y'all don't know who Tammy is, that is Holly's auntie. She is now a part of our sisterhood. So we're going to embrace her along with all the other sisters that we have picked up over the last what 2 weeks almost or whatever. So and we're gonna get new sisters in the sisterhood. I just ask that we respect each other, we treat each other kindly and gentle, and that if we have a problem with each other, that we can be adults and we can contact each other and talk to each other. I did hear that, oh, I should have made the phone call. Well, deep down in my hearts of hearts, I do not feel like that I should have because it did not happen on my channel. If it had happened on my channel, I would have made the phone call because if someone feels that I did something to them and I'm close to them, I would definitely want them to know that it was not my intent. Okay. So I'm still standing on that. But then on top of it, if you had a problem with me and somebody else came out to speak on my behalf and then they get berated all through the internet, they get called whores all through the internet, they get called all these derogatory names all through the internet. That was not called for whatsoever, whatsoever. Okay. So with that being said, my heart even goes out to those that got drugged into this all because they chose to see things, not even defend me and bash someone else, but just see things my way. And we all have different perspectives on things. And just because you have a different perspective don't mean I'm right or they're wrong. It's just a different perspective. And I did believe in the first couple of days that this could have been ironed out, right? It could have been ironed out, but it was not. Okay. And then on top of that, my stance really didn't even come from that day, right? My stance came from me listening to a members only live and my supporters were questioned about do you feel heard? Do you feel shut down? You could be a Holly supporter and you won't get blocked over here and things of that nature. So it wasn't just that, it went a little further than that. So again, I'm a very analytical person. I think about things before I take a stance. And that's what I did. I thought about this, I played it over in my head a few times. And then I said to myself, Amora, Stop being I ain't gonna say a dummy, but stop being naive. Cause sometimes I can be a little green, always trying to see things in the positive light, always trying to see things in a positive light. But a spade is a spade. A spade is a spade. So I had to have that talk with myself. Did I want this to happen? No. Could a phone call could have helped it? Yes, it could have, right? But it went beyond that. And then it even got deeper and deeper and deeper. Now, y'all all saw me and Brianna's fallout, right? Over a year ago. We fell out and whatnot. But do you see how we didn't come out on the internet and just drag each other for filth? I mean, some words were passed. We didn't, some words was passed, but it never was trying to paint one or the other into this evil, spiteful, mean, hateful person, right? And that is why we were able to come back around and say, okay, we had a moment. We didn't agree on some things. Tensions was hot, but guess what? We respect each other to this day. All right. So with that being said, could this have blown over? Maybe, but can it blow over now? No, I'm not interested in reopening no doors, no doors, none, So I'm over it. Just like Candy said, what did she say? She says, I'm over it. This is embarrassing as a whole for Black women to act this way behind something so, I think you mean minuscule. But yes, this was small that blowed into something large. And I really hate that the sisterhood was attacked. She said, Amor, I would love to ask you a question and talk to you for about 2 minutes. Is that possible? No drama. First of all, who is chopping it up? Because the only chopping it up I know is Dawn. Who is chopping it up? Because I don't want no drama. This is not no oh, you said minute. Okay, I'm sorry, Candy, minute. I don't want no drama. I'm not trying to scream. I'm not trying to yell or anything like that. I mean, if you don't mind, you could put your comment in the chat. And that's another thing. I don't really need a panel of people to back up my story or anything. I feel like I'm a very smart, analytical person and I can think for myself. Not saying that I don't trust you guys' judgment, but I can think for myself. And I've sat back and I've played this in my head 1,000 times and I do not take back my stance. This could have all been handled. It really could have all been handled. And even though I did come out and say, I did tell Candy that the house dog comment was about her until I found out that it was about my other mod, Vanessa. That doesn't make it better. That doesn't, just because the comment wasn't to Candy, it was to Vanessa. It was still to my mod. You don't go from my channel to another person's channel that I support and talk about my mod. I don't agree with that. And another thing, I keep saying I'm gonna give a shout out to my moderators. Have y'all noticed in my chat a lot of things? I have more respect in my chat than a lot of people. And I appreciate that because people respect my chat because they know if they are disrespectful in my chat, they're going to be hidden or deleted or blocked or in timeout. I've noticed I have more respect in my chat than some people have in theirs, right? I would not have allowed people to be in my audience telling Courtney, shut up, get down, all this bullshit. That would not have happened in my chat, especially with someone that we support. She says, I'm in and out of your chat regularly, but okay, this is the second time you question who I am. I'm sorry, chop it up. The only chop it up I know is chop it up with Dawn. So I apologize if I don't know who you are. She said, honestly, I think a talk on the back end should be with. I don't want to talk to anybody on the back end. I'm good on that. I'm very good on that. I'm good. I'm good on that. Um, Oh, thank you so much for meeting the goal. You guys met my goal in 29 minutes. You guys are phenomenal. Hold on, let me give a shout out to you guys for helping me meet my goal. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you very much for helping me meet my goal. I do appreciate you guys thoroughly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, no, I really don't have no interest on talking to anybody on the back end. She said, Amor, can you read my last comment? Yes, I can. Let me get it. Uh Let me go to your comments. She said a phone call could have just been a band aid and prolonged the revelation of their true thoughts and attention. That's true. And that's probably why it did not happen. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. I agree with that. Because believe it or not, sometimes I could be a little naive and a phone call that was had, I probably would have just swept everything under the rug and said, okay, sis, it's okay, sis, and this, that, and the other. So a phone call, to be honest with you, I think I'm kind of glad it didn't happen because guess what I would have missed? I would have missed all the you looked at me with devilish eyes and you was jealous of my costume and you didn't come downstairs and greet me and you didn't buy a gift for the house and you were standoffish and all these other things that have came out. I would not have known any of that because I did not feel any of that. I didn't feel any of that on that trip. You understand what I'm saying? I actually thought that I was on a trip with a group of ladies that we loved on each other, you know? So you're right. A phone call would have probably prolonged how true intentions were, how people really felt, and oh, you just greedy and you ask for all these super chats and you make more money than everybody and you don't come to our channel and support us and you don't really like us. And I really never felt it connected to the sisterhood. And I didn't want to be a part of sisterhood. And I was going to get out the sisterhood anyway. And all of this, it was so much said that that was needed to be said. That was needed to be said. A lot was said, you know? So, with that, I mean, it is what it is. So you're right. A phone call would have carried on more false pretense. And I just want to say this for anybody in my chat that really don't like me, you really don't have to come to my chat. I'm not holding no one hostage. Nobody. Nobody. Despite what was said, I am not a cult leader. Never have been. I've never been a part of a cult. I don't know how a cult operates, unless you want to call the military a cult. I got people over there questioning my military status, saying, I don't think she was in the military. I really don't care what you think. I don't care if you think I was in the military or not. Just because I come out here and cuss people out that get on my motherfucking nerves, that's supposed to mean I'm not in the military. I cuss people out in the military too. And I got cussed out in the military, right? So, now they question my whole existence. Oh, I don't really think she was in the military. Okay, well, no one is telling you to. No one is telling you to think that. Okay. I am who I say I am. Okay. I don't have to come out here and fake none of that. I am who I am. Y'all know how I stand. I step hard and I will continue to step hard, and I trust my mods. I'm sure my mods trust me. I respect my mods, and I'm sure my mods respect me, you know? So, with that being said, I still don't have no bitter feeling in my heart toward anybody that I was once connected with. I just, I just know when to move around, and I know when not to allow someone to be in my space. You understand what I'm saying? And it is two bloggers that I wish not to be in my space ever again. Okay, period. Um, but I will say this: sometimes it does take a falling out or a disagreement. Somebody told me that before. They said, if you really want to know how somebody feel about you, fall out with them or something like that. Y'all put it in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. It's a saying out there. If you really want to know how a person feel about you, break up or fall out or have a disagreement or something like that. Because baby, you will really, really know how a person really feel about you. I'm not the one that came out with all the outlandish things, right? Mine was focused on one thing. And even when I did come out my mouth and call the blogger a crackhead, I came back and corrected that. I said, you know what? I can't even say she a crackhead. I just said that because I was upset at the moment, right? Right. But I didn't come out here and pull shit out the sky and talk about this, that, and the sun. I didn't do that. I didn't come out here and run down people's relationship and talk about you were internet whore and you really don't like your man and you talked about your man penis size and this, that, and the other. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. That was done all because of a person's perspective on things. They ran down people's business, came out here and talked about people that were uh, scared over something that happened in the sisterhood. Like it was a disgrace. It was embarrassing. Embarrassing. It was totally embarrassing. And like I said, you me coming, I can't come out here and get mad at Upper or D Ham or Amber or any of the other bloggers that ran us down in the mud. How am I be mad at them? Because think about it. They had every opportunity to laugh. I kept saying, oh, let's talk about the sisterhood. Oh, let's say what happened in the sisterhood. Oh, the sisterhood is getting drugged through the mud. How am I going to come out here and defend any of that when an ex-sister put all that out there? They came out here and then just not just no one day. They came out here day after day after day after day after day with the same rhetoric, with the same rhetoric that we was this horrible group of people. And I will say this, it's disheartening to see someone that sat back and watched all of this go on a panel today and say, oh, all of this could have been fixed over a phone call. Well, that's their opinion. I don't agree whatsoever. I do not agree. But it was embarrassing. And I just, we will recover. I'm not even going to say, I hope we can recover. The sisterhood, we will recover. We will recover. We are already recovering, but we will recover. And at first I said, oh, no more trips. I'm done with the trips and this, that, and the other. I'm not going to be done with the trips. We're going to take trips. Now, I ain't going to lie to y'all, honey. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Ain't no more Airbnbs. If we do Airbnb, your girl won't be staying. No offense. I love y'all. But I just don't want to, I am going to take a little step back in that regard. I do not feel comfortable anymore being that close to people because you just never know someone's true intentions, right? So I'm not going to stop the trips. I'm going to continue on with us having trips. But what I'm not going to do is be that close and this is not to say that I'm better than anybody. It's just you never know. When I heard someone say, I haven't liked you in a long time, but you just shared a space with me for 4 days, 5 days, really 4 nights, that's scary. That's scary. And I remember Candy telling me that she had locked her door. And I remember saying, oh, I need to lock my door too. I didn't lock my door on the first trip. You can ask Candy and Lavette and all the other girls that's rushed in my room on the last trip. I did not lock my door. I promise y'all, I did not lock my door last trip. I did not. But I locked my door this trip because people were busting in my room. My door wasn't locked. But I don't even want to put myself in that situation ever again because again, sometimes I be thinking, oh, we love each other. Everybody is so lovey-dovey and this, that, and the other. And then to come back and be like, I ain't liked you for a long time and things of that nature. That's a little scary. That feels a little unease. So again, um, but I'm not gonna stop the trips because that's the intentions. That is what they want. They want us to not enjoy each other. They want us to not connect. They want us to fall. They want us to just everybody in the group not trust each other anymore. And I've heard some of y'all things that y'all said, like, oh, I'm beginning to question, the sisterhood and this feels just so uneasy. We were hit, but we were not broken. All right. We took a hit, but we are not broken. So we will rebuild. It will take a little bit more time to trust and things of that nature. But I don't want to put my life in jeopardy. And I don't want to put nobody else's life in jeopardy. So because of that, the next trips and things that we go on, I just say, Let's go on a trip and have your own room. We grown, majority of us is over 30. We can afford our own rooms and whatnot. And I just feel that she said, why are you on this Beyonce internet? Get some rest. I am, big sis. I just wanted to come out because it was some things that I just wanted to, it was a damper in the air. And I just wanted to come out here and let my sisters know that no matter what, we still strong. We still strong. So happy Sunday. And I did get your message earlier and I will be listening to it. But thank you so very much for coming through. And also, I think it was Barbara that threw another big baller on me. She said, Amora, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that as well. I thank all my sisters that come through showing love, because I also heard, oh, she don't read nobody's super chat unless they big super chats. Like, come on, calm down. Calm down. Okay. She said, and y'all can buy your own snacks. Listen, from now on, we'll just do events where we will have our own space, right? And if you want to book your own hotel, you can, but we will have our own space. I will set aside some block rooms for a hotel room. But if you care not to stay in a hotel, you don't have to. You can get your own hotel, but we'll just book a hotel. We will have events together. And whatever event we have after the event, if you still want to chill with somebody, you can, but you're not obligated to do so. You can go back to your room and sleep or do whatever you want to do. But I just don't want to do it the way we did it. The first one was phenomenal. We had a great time. I don't think that anybody had any complaints. I think except for big sis Glenn, because Glenn wanted to do some skydiving or whatever. Glenn wanted to do the roller coaster ride, but we ended up going to the roller coaster ride, but everybody didn't go. She said, "Can you read mine?" Yes, ma'am, I can read yours. Hold on. She said, "Mine is what'd you say, 99 cent? Can you read mine?" Let me find it right quick. Uh I don't see it knee deep. Hold on. Wait a minute, was you playing or did you really do a 99 cent one? Because I don't see no 99 cent knee deep. I think you playing. Was you playing? I didn't get it knee deep. Because I'm looking and I don't see it. And for I don't see yours knee deep. I think you was just playing with me. Yeah. I think she was playing y'all. But anyway, and y'all know I had kicked knee deep out, right? And the reason being is because I seen a bunch of 100%s, right? It was 100% to the girl that was on my panel. It was 100% to the other girl that said she ain't liked me for a long time, right? She was saying no. She was saying you always read hers and they be $1.99. Oh, okay, I got you. She said I always read hers and they be $1.99. That's right. And some people send 99 cents, and I read those as well. But anyway, but I had got on a knee deep and I kicked knee deep out because I just seen a whole bunch of 100%s. But knee deep kept pleading her case, and pleading her case. And like I wasn't saying that to you. So we went line by line in that chat and we realized that knee deep, unless she went back and deleted it. But nevertheless, we gave her the benefit of the doubt and we saw that her 100% was to other things that the young ladies had said. And so Candy she scrubbed through it, I scrubbed through it, and a couple of the ladies scrubbed through it. And we saw that Knee Deep was not 100% in the drama. She was 100% in some things that she was agreeing with the Ramika case. So because of that, we allowed Knee Deep back into our circle because we saw where it was. But the other person that we disconnected with, she claimed she wasn't talking to Candy, but she admitted that she was talking to another one of my moderators. That's still unacceptable. You call her a whole house dog on someone that we supposed to support chat, and they didn't they actually responded with, oh, I didn't see anything wrong with that. That's what their response was. I didn't see anything wrong with that. Well, I do. My moderators are not house dogs. If my moderator feel that your comment is disrespectful, they will put you in timeout or block you. Now, I have talked to my moderators. I don't want my moderators just putting anybody in timeout, right? I don't want them just because a person have a difference of opinion to put them out. It's a difference in having a difference of opinion and coming over here saying things like, calling me a B word or bald headed, or I hope this happens to your son and things of that nature. That's not tolerated. But just having a difference of opinion is different. But Knee Deep was respectful. She kept calling Candy and bugging the shit out of Candy. And Candy did tell me, she said, let's look back over Knee Deep's comments. And that's what we did. And we realized that the 100% was not to the person that was disrespecting me on that panel. And I just want to clear up another thing. I saw that, oh, this was Courtney's fault. And no, this was not Courtney's fault. This was not Courtney's fault whatsoever. Courtney was being disrespected in the chat. She may not have gotten cussed out by the aunt. She was over talked, but it's okay. I guess that's what happens on the panel, right? But she was disrespected. She was told, put her down, get her down. Nobody want to hear shit you got to say. Just a whole bunch of nasty things to someone that was actually a member. She wasn't just a supporter. She was a member. A member is someone that invests in your channel. Look around. Everybody that's lit up in green, they invest in your channel. They're not just a supporter. That's what you call investment. You don't allow outsiders, right, to come into your chat and disrespect an investor. They are investors. They invest in, they're saying, like how you invest in Netflix. So members invest in you. They pay for a membership, a monthly membership that automatically comes out of their pay every month, saying that I'm invest in your channel. Okay. So because of that, you don't allow visitors or anyone to disrespect someone that invests into your channel. She said, now that's my talk. We are shareholders. Exactly. Y'all are shareholders. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Shareholders, baby. And you don't let someone come and disrespect your shareholder just because y'all share difference of opinion, right? It's about respect for me. And I seen the comments and they were pretty nasty. Get her down, shut her up. She don't know what she's talking about. Who is that up there? Get her down. She's slow and all of this stuff. No, ma'am. And that's why you also have moderators, right? So just in case I miss it, my moderators can see it, right? She said Courtney wasn't in a safe space. Exactly. And you were there, Tammy. So you know, she wasn't in a safe space. And she was treated like as if she was a nobody, all because she did not share the same sentiments as they did. She did not agree with the same things that they did. That's not how you do things. That's not how you do things. We don't have to agree, but to want someone off the panel, told all these derogatory things and whatnot. That's why you have a moderator. That's why the moderator said, "Come on, you guys. That's not what we do over here. We don't disrespect the guests over here. We don't put the guests down over here. We don't do that, you know?" And I will have to pat myself on the back. I feel 99% that I have a better chat than most people because even when y'all start fighting over here, I've even got on one of my moderators and said, I don't want you a moderator. I don't want you fighting with a guest in my chat. I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't fight with the guests in the chat. I don't like it. And I don't like my moderators fighting in other people's chats. I just don't. They can speak in other people's chats, but I don't want them brawling, fighting, calling each other names, disrespecting each other. It's not a good look. It's just not. So with that being said, I don't have no hard feelings. Just because I no longer want to align with someone that was holding on to so much animosity against me that they would come out and try to discredit me, right? And try to discredit the sisterhood, right? That is composed of a lot of different people. You have to understand. I said this from the beginning. The sisterhood is not a Bree supporter group. It's people in the sisterhood that don't support Bree. It's people in the sisterhood that started off supporting Robert. It's people in the sisterhood that don't know shit about the damn Robert and Brianna. It's people in the sisterhood that came from the Cora story. It's people in the sisterhood that don't even live in America. It's people in the sisterhood that has come now from the Ramika story. So it's different people in the sisterhood from different walks of life. And I want people to continue to grow in the sisterhood. I feel like a sisterhood is needed. Now, it's not a charity. And that's why when some of y'all, when y'all come in there and try to treat it like a charity, I shut it down. We are not a charity. We're not in there to get light bills paid. We're not in there to get, rent paid and this, that, and the other. That's not what the sisterhood is for. We're there more for moral support because we all need it. Moral and emotional support. I feel like the sisterhood shouldn't be nobody's on the internet first line of financial support. Because yeah, I'm going to be like, where is your family? Where is your mama? Where's your daddy? Where's your sister? Where's your brother? Where's your church? You understand what I'm saying? It is not, the sisterhood is not your first line of helping you pay your bills. And I have said that because you have to understand, if we turn it into that, and some people have tried, if we turn it into that, do you know how many people will use that? We can't do that. Everybody in the sisterhood can't pay your lights, can't pay your gas, can't pay your rent, can't pay your child support. We can't be that. It's too many people. I've had people say, "Oh, I don't have anything. The hurricane took me out." And it's at the same day, 10 other people said the same story. Just imagine if I help you out of a storm, then I help 10 other people out of a storm. Then the next time a storm, come on, let's think about this thing for a moment. But what I will do, I will give you avenues in which you can reach out to. And that's what I've done. I've sent people Red Cross links, FEMA links. I've asked, have you reached out to your church? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried this? We can't be a be all, do all financially for no one. And if you join the sisterhood because you think that you're going to be able to tap in on that type of assistant, then it's not for you. It's not for you. There's nothing wrong with having a bad day and coming there and say, you guys, my plate is heavy today. I just need a few positive affirmations because I'm feeling heavy today. I got some things going on at work today, and can y'all pray for me or something like that? The sisterhood is for that. And also to vent. We've had people come in there and vent, whether it's about your family, your kids, your boyfriend or whatever. Like, and that's if you feel comfortable. But that's what we're supposed to be. And another thing that rubbed me the wrong way, we on this trip, right? It may have been some sisters that shared some things on the trip, right? That they thought that they could share with sisters. And it came out to the internet. Oh my God. Anyway, but and a lot of the stuff was twisted and bent and added and subtracted. And it wasn't even, and why would anybody take what somebody else came and told them just for them? And it wasn't even firsthand information just for them to come out and spread it. Now, have y'all ever played the game? I know I'm not the only one, right? Where somebody tell you something and then you tell somebody else and then the next person tells someone else and then the next person tells someone else, and by the time it get to the last person, the whole story is totally different from when it was told the first time. Have y'all ever played that game? I don't even really know the name of it, but I've played it several times, right? She said it's called telephone. Okay. So I didn't know that's what it was called. But I've played that game several times and seen it played several times. And by the time it gets to the very last person, the story is totally different than it was the first one, right? With that being said, if somebody came and told you something and it wasn't firsthand information, why would you come out and spread it as if it's so? Just to damage someone's credibility, just to embarrass someone, right? Right? Someone that you just called your sister days ago. right? And then to say, oh, I did it because they was collateral damage because they were supposed to take my side. How petty is that? That's not coming from a 15-year-old. That's not coming from a 9-year-old. That's coming from a full grown adult. People got drugged through the mud all because they didn't see things the way somebody else did. That's not being grown. That's not being mature. They literally got drugged through the mud because they saw something differently. That's why you will not hear me dragging nobody that appeared on somebody else's panel that they may feel that their stance is different because they seen it different. They have a right to see it different. That doesn't mean that I have to see it the way they see it. And I don't have to see it the way they see it, and they don't have to see it the way I see it. Right? So again, second hand, third hand, fourth hand, fifth hand, sixth, seventh, eighth hand information will get twisted. But if you can't come to your sisters, right? Somebody that you in close quarters with and speak something from your heart and trust that it won't come back to the internet, then why rely on a sisterhood? It will make us not want to tell each other nothing. But I will warn and just say you do have to be careful. Even though we may say that we're sisters, we just seen a fine example of why you shouldn't tell people unless you really, 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 really trust them. I mean, really trust them. If you don't really, 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 really trust them, then please, by all means, don't tell them that. Don't tell them your business. Don't, especially nothing dealing with your relationship, especially nothing dealing with your family, your children, nothing that you would really feel bad about coming back to the internet. Because as we see, you cannot trust people just because they call you sis. You cannot. She said, I hate saying this side or that side, but are you saying the sisterhood consists of people that don't support Bree and may support other content creators that are against her, but still support you too? Um, your name looked very much like mine, Mora. That's actually pretty. Yes, the sisterhood does consist of people that don't necessarily support Brianna. Yes, it does. That doesn't make them a bad person because they don't support Brianna. They're not going to disrespect Brianna in my presence or in my sisterhood. No, because I look at Brianna as my niece. Just like I wouldn't let nobody disrespect nobody in the sisterhood in my presence, not just Brianna. So, yeah, but there are people, it's people in my close circle, believe it or not, that don't support Brianna, that has told me I don't like the way she moved. That doesn't mean that I'm a dislike them and that you don't have to raise your hand because I hear it enough, but I don't dislike them. That's their view. Hey, Mika Meek. Hey, girl. Tamika Michelle. She said, hey, Amore, everyone. Y'all know I don't get into anyone's chat or barely even entertain social media, but I wanted to say I love you and I'm praying for you, Amore. Thank you so much, Tamika Michelle. I love you too, baby. You know I do. And I love all your encouragements. I do. I do. So thank you. But yeah, you don't have to be a Brianna supporter, right? To uh to be in a sisterhood. But you're not gonna come in there and be like, oh, look at Brianna and look at her kids, and you're not gonna drag her or her kids in my presence. Nah, that ain't happening. That's my niece, and her kids are my great niece and my great nephews. That's how I feel about Bree. But you ain't gotta share her stuff, or if you don't want to, you don't have to kiss, you don't have to talk great things about her. You cannot, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, but you're not gonna disrespect her and be a part of my circle. No. But you can, I've had people say, "Oh, I don't agree with what she did today, and I don't like that she did that." Okay, that's their opinion. But you're not going to, drag her. Disagreeing with what someone does and dragging them is a huge difference. A huge difference. So yes, we do have people in our circle that doesn't necessarily, you know, we have people in our circle that listen. Trust me when I tell you, we have people in our circle that rocks with Robert. They are a Robert supporter. I talk to one almost every day. They love Robert and they know I don't care for him like that. I don't hate him. I just don't care for him. But they know that, but they still Robert supporters, you know? I just say they're one that, you know, they don't force him down my throat and I don't force Bree down theirs. But they support me and I support them. They don't drag Bree and they don't throw Robert down my throat, you know? She said, I also would like to add, I do not agree with them. Keep speaking on her. Let her live and move on and raise her kids respectfully. Yeah, I wish they would, but some people are never going to do that. And you just have to understand that. She said, I think a few got offended by getting put out the group. Yeah, we spoke on that impeccable. I did talk to my moderator and I told her, I said, nothing on you. I'm not upset with her whatsoever because she was just doing what she always does. I just think it was bad timing because the temperature was up. But that's on me too, because she actually came to me and said, hey, I'm about to clean up the group. But I wasn't thinking that, oh, this is not a good time. I didn't think about it until later, until I start getting all the messages saying, why am I being put out the group? Why am I being put out the group? And then it dawned on me like, ah, oh, damn, this wasn't a good time. But we tried to explain to them that it was nothing personal. And majority of the people that got put out the group is back in the group. The group is actually bigger than what it was. But a few did get offended and ran with the narrative that they got put out because of who they were choosing to support, and that's just not true. It's just not true. It had nothing to do with support of a content creator. It had everything to do with people not being, people being too idle in the group. All we ask, and I said this before, is just that you be active. You don't have to be active every day, but I think it's like a 90-day window. What is it, Vanessa? It's a window of non-activity. No hello, hey cat dog, sis, bro, none of that, right? And all I ask is every now and again, just let us know that you're still interested. If we don't know you're still interested in being in a sisterhood because you've been idle, then we're like, oh, okay, they're not partaking, you know, they're not waving, they're not speaking. Most people that's a part of a group will at least say hey or like someone's post. She said it was easy for me to get back in. Exactly. All you had to do was just reach out. But some people reached out and was like, I don't like that I got taken out the sisterhood, so I'm no longer supporting. I didn't get mad at them. I didn't drag them. I told them what it was, told them that it was, it was just a cleanup, said reapply, and they said, no, I don't want to be a part of it no more. When you tell me that, the only thing I'm going to say is, okay, take care. It's about 5 or 6 people out there that I said the exact same thing to. Take care. She said, yes, I understand. I would just comment on posts, but now I know to be more interactive. Yeah, just say, I had to tell Cheryl the same thing. I'm pretty sure she listened. I said, Cheryl, you can at least say good morning every now and again. She said, you know what? You're right. You know what? You're right. You know? She said, Miss Amore, I am appalled at what I heard on Beaver's platform because I know I heard her call you Nate before you start calling her name. Just liars that want your supporters. Exactly. And to be honest with you, me calling her a name, and I admitted it on my channel, and this was before today. I admitted me calling her a crackhead was out of anger, and it was because I was being drugged through the mud, and my sister was being drugged through the mud. Was it right? Probably not. But who fights fair? But yes, I was called Nate. I want to say either day 2 or day Hell, it might have been day one, but no, I think it was day two. I was called Nate, but hey, I am Nate. Never accept toxic energy, okay? But I already said before even this live stream that I said, you know what? I call her a crackhead, but I got to take that back because I've never seen her smoke crack. I said that. I've never seen her smoke crack. So I can't call her a crackhead, right? And even when somebody was saying she was ugly, I said, you know what? I don't think she's ugly. I think her spirit is ugly, is being ugly right now, but I don't think she's ugly. Now, the other one that was there, now, okay. Anyway, I digress. But she said, but Vanessa did send out a warning in the group before all this drama took place. She did. She did send out a warning, but I don't think that people look at everything that's posted in the group. I mean, the group's been going crazy now because I mean, we've been tested, right? We've been called out, we've been embarrassed, we've been talked about, right? We the talk of the YouTube right now in this sector. Sisterhood this, sisterhood. I seen so many videos made on the sisterhood, the sisterhood, the sister. And you gotta understand, there are people that don't like the sisterhood because they don't like what has happened. They don't like that people that may have went against each other at some point or another are gelling as sisters. They don't like that. They feel that we should still be divided, still be throwing spitballs at each other, still be running each other down. And to be honest with you, I feel that we could have been stopped the back and forth if a couple of content creators would have just backed off, right? Y'all know me and Amber went round and round and round. And then I said, you know what? After talking to a few of my close people that I speak with, I said, you know what? I'm not going to go back and forth with Amber. I'm going to let her have it. I'm going to let her have it because that's what type of time she was on. And I said, you know what? I'm going to let her have it. And I let her have it. And eventually, she must have got tired and was like, damn, she don't want to fight no more. No, I don't want to fight no more. You got it, boo. You won. You won. I let Amber have it. I let her have it. I said, I'm not even going to respond to her. But I feel like, but when I let Amber have it and I stopped responding to Amber, the other content creator was just going on and on and on and on and on. I reached out to her multiple times and asked her, let's just kill the noise. Let's not say anything else. Let's just leave it alone. But you can't tell a grown person what to do. And a grown person can't tell me what to do, right? They can only just advise, right? So, and that's what it was. I can't tell somebody what to do, but I can ask. Let's just leave it alone, or suggest, should I say? Let's just leave it alone. Let them say whatever. But a person have to make up in their own mind when they are ready to stop. Even me, I was asked to. Amor, can you not go back and forth with them? And here I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, people have to make up in their own mind when they are ready to stop the BS, and that's what happened. But again, I see all the sisterhoods this, the sisterhoods that, the sisterhoods this, all the nasty things about the sisterhood. And that's what bothered me because that wasn't true. That wasn't true. The attack on the sisterhood was very unnecessary. And it was bold-faced lies. It was bold-faced lies. She said the fakeness is so real. They never liked you, but was doing the most to stand by you. You know, that's a hard pill to swallow, impeccable. It's a hard pill to swallow. And I'm just gonna say it like this. I don't want to believe that, but what I will say is over one disagreement and everything under the sun came out, um, uh, about my money, about how I get my money, how much money I make, how many super chats I have, how many what I set my goal at. I mean, it was the most. And then on the trip, you looked at me funny. You didn't like my outfit. You was mad because you wasn't the life of the party. I was the life of the party. You looked at me with a death stare, and it just so much came out. And I'm just like, where is this coming from? What? What? Like, how did all of this? What had me going back through pictures and videos and just questioning, like, was it really like this? Like, am I the fool? Because I didn't see that. I saw smiles. I saw love. I saw warmth. I saw happiness. I didn't see all the things that was coming out. And I'm just like, damn, what? Exactly. And then the threats to cut off my money because their God sent them to destroy me. I was just baffled with all of that. All of that. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? What? So, with that being said, it showed me that this was deeper than just that one day incident. It was deeper because you can't just take one incident and then you go back down and oh, you a cult leader and you're this and you're that and they kiss your ass and all of this. And that's what made me say, oh yeah, no, this was bigger than just that one day. And then to hear, oh, I haven't supported her, I haven't liked her in a very long time. What? What? So, with that being said, you hate to think that it was much deeper and you hate to think what the agenda was. But I will say this deep down in my heart, I believe that the connection wasn't with me, it was with my audience. And that is not just this time, it was the last time. So that's why I came out here emotional that day. I didn't know I was going to break down for what they say was 12 seconds. Who counts that, right? But I didn't break down because I wanted sympathy. Y'all know I try to keep things together. I broke down because I'm like, again, like, God damn, why is it when I align with someone, being genuine, wanting to see them do good, do better, wanting them to see them win, everybody that I have aligned with that's a content creator out here, I have genuinely wanted to see them do better. I do better as far as get more support. And to be honest, I said this the other day, and I said maybe I was wrong for this, right? I wanted them to do better so it could be like a aha, y'all wanted to see them down, but look what God did type thing. But I realized it wasn't for the right reasons. My heart wasn't in it for the right reasons because I wanted them to do better to shit in Amber's face. And that's why I said, you know what? I apologize to Amber. I wasn't apologizing to Amber for no back and forth. I wasn't apologizing for Amber for anything that I've said to her because trust me, the things that I said, I meant at the time. She said things to me. It ain't no apologies. She posted my grandchild. It ain't no apologies, right? But I felt that she was after them really hard and wanted them to fail. And I wanted them to succeed. So did I go about it the wrong way? Yes, I did. I did. But it was no malice intentions on their part or on my part to them. I legit wanted to see them do better. And that's why I've told those content creators, hey, make videos, or I've gave them little pointers, or I said, hey, do this. Then when I found out one wasn't monetized, I was like, come on, let's get monetized. Let's make money. Let's do this. If I was all about money, if I was all about money and I want to keep every dime to myself, do you think that I would align with anyone? Do you think that I would have shared my audience with anyone? Now, I am going to be a little leery moving forward doing that because I just don't want another heartbreak of someone aligning with my audience to try to turn around and shit on me, right? And then I look like a damn fool suggesting that person to y'all when they deliberate try to make me look like I'm the worst person that walked the earth, right? I'm not in a business to try to make them look like the worst person to walk the earth, but they're in the business to make me look like I'm the worst person to walk the earth. I don't like that. So did it hurt? Yeah, it did. It bothered me, but I had to regroup. And it doesn't take me a long time to regroup. So I never even thought I was going to cry. I wasn't even going to cry. My husband was standing at the door shaking his head. No, babe, no, no. So that made it a little bit more emotional for me because he was standing there. My husband know I weigh weight on my shoulder. He knows that. And he's shaking his head like, no, 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 no. And it just came. So, and they could say that's fake all they want to. They're not in me, they're not in my soul. They don't know my spirit. They don't know how I love to see other people win. I love to see other people win. Not just me. I love to be around winners. I love to be around winners. I'm always high-fiving each other. Let's do this. Let's go out here and do this. I would give people a pep talk in a minute. Let's do this. Let's go out here and let's slay. Let's do this. But some people think that they supposed to slay at the same level in which you do. And the moment that they don't, they get mad and they take offense to it. I don't do that. I put in work and I tell them to put in work. Everybody's not going to slay at the same level in which you slay. Everybody don't operate the same way you operate. There's no two people alike. I sat here and watched Jeannie come out here, and Jeannie put it on the floor. I mean, literally put it on the floor, right? She came out here and she did her thing. We high-fived each other about it. Literally high-fived each other. I like Jenny and our relationship, not because we have the same style, but we respect each other. I did not tell Jenny to come out here and go in on nobody. Nobody, right? Jenny said, call me. I called her. She told me what was going on. I mean, she asked me what was going on. I told her what was going on. Jenny said out her own mouth, oh no, I'm coming out. And she didn't even say she's coming out for me. She said, I'm coming out for the sisterhood. So everybody in this chat should pat themselves on the back, okay? They should pat themselves on the back because she didn't come out here for me. She said, I don't like the way they're dragging the sisterhood through the mud, okay? Somebody wants attention. Let me just go on and get rid of them. All right. So again, it wasn't her coming out here for me. She said, I'm coming out here for the sisterhood because the sisterhood was under attack. We was being called cults, a cult. And I was being called a cult leader all because I removed someone from the sisterhood. Why did they get removed? I removed them because how they were moving. I removed them for how they were moving. And some of the other people I did remove was because I didn't want them to see their, you know, friend or whatever you want to call it, being drugged through the mud. And that was a couple of moderators. I did remove them. Not because I had anything against them, but I did not want them to have to sit there and see that. And I even told one of them, it's only temporarily. If you want to come back after all this blows over, you can. She chose to say, no, I'm taking back my membership, blah, blah, blah. That's on you. I just was trying to spare your feelings because I knew it was about to be up and stuck. We chose to use the back channels instead of coming out here and being a whole clown on YouTube, dragging out something all because of feelings. All because of feelings. Okay. She said Jeannie speaks when she wants to. Nobody tells her what to do. Exactly. And that's why I respect Jeannie. I respect Jeannie for that. Me and Jeannie has never stopped talking. It's plenty of times where we continue to talk and then I would accidentally slip up and say a cuss word. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, sis. I didn't mean to say that. And she said, Amora, you are human. Stop saying that around me. You don't have to police up how you talk around me. You are who you are, and I am who I am. Be comfortable, sis. And I appreciate that about her. I appreciate that about her. And she would call me, just checking in, sis, making sure everything good. We never stopped talking, even though people would come out on the front and say, oh, that Jenny don't mess with her no more. She don't mess with Jenny no more. These people don't know. These people don't know. And Jenny will be in Panama with me on our trip in Panama. And I'm sure she's gonna pick her own hotel. And I don't blame her not one bit. Not one bit, you know? She said, yeah, respectfully, though, we was going to still support her after y'all fall out. Nope, it don't work like that. She said, yeah, respectfully thought we was gonna. Yeah, I do believe that it was expected for the audience to continue to support her. And that's why I said, I don't believe the alignment with her and I was genuine based on all the things that have come out. But I do believe the alignment with the audience was genuine. I do believe that she appreciated the support from the audience, but now I don't believe that the connection with me was genuine because too much stuff came out that tells me differently. Too much stuff came out that tells me differently. I wasn't on that trip watching how somebody looked at me. I wasn't on that trip watching how I was dressed or how somebody else was dressed. I wasn't on that trip trying to read body language or anything like that. I actually thought we were all loving on each other. You know? She said, I thought they said no bashing, but TC sat up there and called you a documented liar. When were you, wait a minute, a documented liar? Were you a liar when you helped her with her YouTube page? Were you a liar when you invited her on a trip? And see, that's what I'm saying. I believe that again, it was never a alignment with me. It was an alignment with my supporters. And I truly believe that it was an alignment with my supporters. It was not an alignment with me. To call me a document, and let's talk about that for just a second. To call me a documented liar because I came out and admitted that I lied about something. So I guess if you don't admit that you lied, then you're not considered a documented liar. You just considered a what we calling it? Uh, a hidden liar, a liar that would never come out and say that you lied, right? So a person that comes out here and admit that they lied about something, I admitted that I lied. None of you guys would ever have known that I lied. I came out here and said, I can no longer carry this, right? I admitted that I lied. No one caught me in the lie. I admitted it. And I admitted it because I came out here on my platform and said it. And I said, I'm going to come out on my platform and correct it. That's what type of person I am. So because I'm a documented liar, what do you call people that lie and don't admit that they lied? Because a lot of lies were told on me. So what do you call those people that come out and tell lies and don't ever admit it? Are they just not a liar? Is that what we're going to say? Or are they just not a documented liar? What are we calling them? But nevertheless, that doesn't bother me. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't bother me at all. Again, I just say the connection was with my supporters. It was not ever with me. It was not with me. But it's okay. Because again, sometimes the tree gets shaken even when you're not ready for it to get shaken. The tree was shook, and what fell out is out. Is out. Whatever fell out is out. You understand me? So we don't have to pretend. We don't have to act like we're in some type of alignment. We don't have to say, you know, and let's kill the sides. Seriously, it ain't no this side, that side. You know, at one time I said I wasn't gonna say that, and then I went back to it because people kept saying it. There's not a side. There is not a side. The Robert and Brianna saga is over. It's over. It is over. Brianna is living her peaceful life, loving on her children as a mom. And to be honest with you, I can't even really tell you what Robert is doing. I have not watched a Robert video in unless somebody done sent me some, because one of y'all sent me some the other day, and I'm like, what? But I don't even check for Robert like that. I don't even check for Robert like that. The saga is over. It is over. Over. So there is not a side, but we do have a sisterhood. Okay. We do have a sisterhood. And believe it or not, even though we have a sisterhood, we also got guys that are now supporters of ours. They ain't in the sisterhood, but they are supporters of ours. And I appreciate that. But we have a sisterhood, right? And just to hear the sisterhood get drugged through the mud, all because some people chose not to support the other content creator, that was careless, very much careless. She said, folks swear the sisterhood is falling. A few fell from grace. The sisterhood is still standing strong by strong women. We are still standing strong. We are absolutely standing strong, you know? She said, Candy, the one thing I love about the group, how the women stepped up for one another, how you even help people with jobs, just being an ear, etc. I love how most of us haven't breathed one word. Yes. And even some of y'all have come to me and said, Amora, I want to still support both sides. And I said, I can't tell you who to support. Now, this is my own humble opinion. You guys can chime in if you want to. My humble opinion, honest opinion, is people were choosing to support both sides until the other content creator, she stopped that. Because sometimes you could talk yourself out of support. Sometimes you could talk yourself in a hole. It wasn't me that came out here and say, don't support her. Just because I drew support don't mean you guys had to. And I said that more than once. But when you see how a person move, when you see how they continue to want to drag the situation out and drag it out and drag it out and drag it out and drag it out and try to sway supporters to pick a side, because I wasn't swaying supporters to pick a side. She was doing that. She was doing that. And then getting mad if they were not no longer supporting her or if she saw them in my chat. So with that being said, that's her fault, not mine. Sometimes you can talk yourself into a hole and you don't understand that. A lot of people do not understand. You can talk yourself into your own mishaps, or you can cause connections to be stopped on your own, you know? So, with that being said, you can't blame me for telling people, or don't support her. That didn't happen. No, sometimes we could put our foot deep down in our esophagus. And that's what happened. That's what happened. Now, some people, they stayed, and that's fine. And I wish her well. I honestly do. I wish her well. I wish all of them well. We have no connection whatsoever, no more. I don't have a connection with. I'm not. I have no connection with that. I'm done with that. We don't have to ever be around each other. We don't have to ever pretend that we cool with each other. I don't have to entertain her chat. She don't have to entertain my chat. I don't have to ever hear anything else she says moving forward. It could be like we don't even know each other at all, you know? Nahimi said, I was still supporting both of you and BR, you and BR, but she forced me to pick a side based on what and how she delivered her message. And you don't even know how many people have said that to me. I've had people call me, and if they want to admit it in the chat, they can, but they don't have to. I had people call me and say, I'm done, Amor. I was trying to support both of y'all, but no more. That is just, it got absolutely nasty. And the things that I hear that's coming out of her mouth, I can no longer support that. I got those phone calls, and not one time did I say, I'm glad you opened your eyes. No, I just said, thank you for the support. I appreciate your continued support. You can ask them. If they want to mention in the chat, they can. If they don't have to. Well, one of them just said something, and I haven't seen the other one. They said it. I wanted to continue to support both of y'all. But the things that I just heard, the things that were said to me, I just saw another one say something. The things that were said to me, I am no longer with that. I didn't call them up on the phone. I didn't text them. I didn't say who you supporting. I didn't say support me or I don't want to support you. No, I got those phone calls. I got those text messages. I got those inboxes saying, I'm choosing a side because I sat back and I watched and I don't like what is being said. You don't always have to come out here and fight fire with fire. Sometimes you could just be quiet. Sometimes you could just say nothing And then you will hear the noise. You will hear what's going on. And that's what I did. Not that I wanted to. I wanted to come out here and put it on the floor. But I couldn't. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even laugh without my throat hurting. I couldn't even do it. I'm like, oh, I'm getting in the ball game, and I'm gonna come out here and I'm a roast. I'm a roast. I ain't even had the strength to do it. I did not. My husband like, you taking off? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, you need to. Just stay in the bed, babe. You good. Something attacked me and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? I'm still not 100%, but I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better, but I'm not 100%. But you see me not raising my voice because I really can't. I don't want to strain my voice. I don't even want to laugh because it hurts still, just not as bad as it did. But to call us a cult when someone is not saying, oh, if you support them, you getting kicked out. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. That was attack. When they can't attack you, they try to attack what you have created or built. And let me just I can't even take credit for that because I told y'all I didn't even start the sisterhood. I did not start it. The sisterhood came about because of our moderators and because of Sam P. It was their idea to start a sisterhood, not mine. Shout out to those that brung it to us, but it was not my baby. So I can't even take credit for it. It was not my baby. I appreciate that we have it, but I did not create the sisterhood, right? But with that being said, I appreciate the sisterhood. We all need a sisterhood. I hate that we got shook a little bit because it looks like, damn, I can't say nothing in the sisterhood because it's gonna come out on YouTube and it's gonna get twisted 5 different ways, right? I hate that. I hate that we were in a house and some things were shared and then it got twisted all out of proportion and turned into this big ball of a lie, right? I hate that. I hate that somebody' business was put out here and could have put their life in jeopardy. I hate that. I hate that Ashley D got drugged through the mud because she wasn't Team Romika or Justice for Romika, right? I hate that Sean got her business or twisted business because that wasn't even what was said, twisted all over the internet. I hate that Dry Bob got drugged on the internet. You know, I hate that. I hate that some of the supporters got put in songs and called ugly and all type of distasteful names because they did not, they wasn't feeling it. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that because the internet sister wanted to come out here and defend the sisterhood. Now all of a sudden she's not a Christian and she's of the devil and all this other nasty and disgusting things. I hate that. I hate that Callie was called gay because, he didn't approve or he didn't side with somebody else's, you know, the way they went about things. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that we were attacked all because of an incident that happened on a panel that I didn't agree with, and nobody wanted to make a phone call. And I even said before, oh, it was egos, it was egos. But even though it was egos, I still believe that after phone calls was made, because I made a phone call to TC. TC was like, oh, it's gonna blow over, sis. Everything gonna be fine, right? Candy made a phone call to her. And it was told, I'm not apologizing because I didn't do anything, right? That was the stance. Sisters don't say that. Sisters don't say, I'm not apologizing because I didn't do anything. Sisters don't say that. Sisters do not say that. They say, if a person felt offended by something that was said, if a person took it a certain way, let me straighten this out. Let me let this person know my true intents. That's why I came out not once, but twice telling you guys my intent on that phone bite, that sound bite that I used, that of the ringing of the phone. I could have just let people think whatever they wanted to think, but I came out here to clear it up not once but twice to let you guys know it was no malice behind that. I was pretty much trolling a troll. Was it insensitive? It could have been looked at as insensitive, but I know my heart. And I know I wasn't trying to offend nobody. That's why I came out twice about it. Twice, not once, but twice. Right? But I could have just said people can think whatever they want to think, but I didn't do that. But for someone to say, I'm not apologizing because I didn't do anything wrong. And then they really thought that the alignment, right? That they were going to keep the alignment with the supporters while they make slick comments on their panel by saying, I'm rude to my supporters. I talk down to my supporters. I'm condescending to my supporters. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No ham. No, ma'am. No ham. I think people got comfortable. I think people thought that they were in a position that, how do I want to say this? I think they thought they were in a position to where they can divide. And we're not about division over here. No, you're not going to come over and I allow my audience to support you. I actually encourage y'all to support that person, right? And then think that you're going to, think that you're going to come over here and talk down about me to the very audience that I told to support you. Like, where do you even do that at? Where do you do that at? To me, it's disrespectful. To me, it's distasteful. To me, it's ungrateful. You don't do that. If anything, before I did that, before I talked down on someone that told their audience to support me, I would walk away gracefully. I would. I would walk away gracefully. I would not think that I had privilege to disrespect someone that was there for me, that told their audience to support me. I would not even think that it was a good thing to try to drag them while still wanting their supporters to support me, to ride for me, to side with me, because that's what you have to understand. It wasn't even still support me, it was disconnect from her. Why do I say that? Just yesterday, it was how can you support someone like that? For you guys to still support somebody like that, you're demonic, you're evil, you're ass kissers. How can you support someone like this? Is who y'all support? Y'all are pathetic. Y'all are this. Talking about the people that still chose to ride with me in a very derogatory way. That's what you call division. And that's why it was said this person is not just upset, they're trying to turn supporters. They're trying to make my supporters see me in a light that they have never seen me in. They literally tried to convince people that I was this monster, that I was a demon, that I was evil, that I was spiteful. That's what they wanted the audience that I told to support them to see in me. So are calling me the evil leader, the cult leader. Those wasn't just words made up. That was strategically placed. They wanted my supporters to believe that they were cult members. That was strategic. That was to cause doubt. That was to cause people to question everything, the sisterhood, our closeness, how we started, our bond. That was strategically done. Y'all didn't hear this on my panel. That's not how I operate. That's not how I move. That was strategically done. It was to sway supporters away from me so that they could become her supporters. Who does that? Who feels that they can come in, receive support, and then try to turn that support against the very person that asked their supporters to support them? Who does that? And every time that's done, I lose a few, and it's okay. No hard feelings, no love loss. It happens. Yes, New Day, that's exactly what I called it. Master manipulate. It was a lot of manipulation going on, and I heard it. And it wasn't just on one channel, it was between the two. It was a lot of manipulation. A lot of manipulation. That's why you heard videos being played over and over and over and over again. It was a lot of manipulation that was strategically done. If I don't know anything else, your girl know what manipulation is. That was strategic manipulation. And all I could say is it failed. It did not quite work out the way it was intended. And still, it is what it is. You know, and I heard some of the other people like, when is this going to end? When is this going to end? This needs to all end. Why is this still being carried out? Well, it's being carried out because the plan did not go as planned. It just did not go. If it had worked out the way it was intended, then it would have been this big, celebration. Because in my mind, I feel that this person wanted my supporters, but also I call them the true supporters, but they really not the true supporters, right? But they wanted the other side supporters as well. That's why they announced on their platform, I'm opening up the door for everyone. I don't have a problem with anybody, right? And that's why certain content creators were named. They were called out, right? I don't have a problem with Felicia. Just a week ago, a week prior, she was a whole nother name. Now she's Felicia, right? I don't have a problem with upper break room. What's her name? Upper echelon. I don't have a problem with D Ham. I don't have, that was strategic. But some of them caught on to it and said, whoa, we see what you're doing. That was strategic. Just a week ago or prior to this, it was us begging her to stop going back and forth with them. But then all of a sudden, it's if she wants to be over in my chat, she could be over in my chat. I don't have a problem sharing their content, agreeing with them. That was strategic. And then let's not forget the celebration. And I know some of y'all have seen it. I'm back in the algorithm. You could have got back in the algorithm with other stuff. Ashley D got back in the algorithm by talking about Krishan. Krishan and Blueface. I think that's their name, Blue or Krishan or something like that. She got back in the algorithm, was doing well. You don't have to get back in the algorithm being messy. You really don't. You really don't. You can get in the algorithm for carrying other stories. I sat back here, watch Amber get in the algorithm when she was finding the missing girls. Then she got in the algorithm with the Ramika story, right? I seen Upper get in the algorithm. You can get in the algorithm without being downright sneaky, conniving, nasty. You can get in the algorithm without being underhanded. You can, right? But a plan was set. It didn't quite work out. And this is where we are. Division happened. It wasn't a lot of division, but some division happened. right? But I can't cry over that division. It is what it is. I believe everything happens for a reason. People will leave you, people will join you, and that's just how it goes in life. People will come, people will go. And then, I just want to say this, which I thought was crazy. I saw one, the very supporter that jumped from my channel that went over there and thought that it was a good idea to say the things that she said about me, had the nerve to say something in regards to, did she not say anything mean about you because you're sending her all that money? Listen, money is money, right? What I mean by that is nobody can control me with money. Nobody, money don't make me speak my mind or not speak my mind. If I want to speak my mind, I'm going to speak my mind. If I want to come out here and run somebody down, I could do that whether they sending me money or not. Me choosing not to run somebody down that I was connected to has absolutely nothing to do with money. That had to be one of the asinine comments that I saw. No one controls me with money. Nobody. Nobody. So that comment was so degrading and so uncalled for. You know, I don't align with people just because they send me money. I don't care if I get $1 from 100 people, it still equals $100 than just getting $100 from one person. So to say, because the question was asked, has she been mean to you? I ain't been mean to nobody that hasn't been mean to me. I have not been mean to nobody that hasn't been mean to me. So why would I be mean to a person? Right? And even if that person was mean to me, I know how to wash my hands. I know how to wash my hands. So to say when the answer was no, she hasn't been mean to me, she was like, oh, she hasn't been mean to you because you're still giving her money and what? What? Anyway, asinine with a capital A. She said, I didn't mean that toward her more. Oh, I don't even. No, you didn't say the comment, Tammy. It was somebody else. That was somebody else. She said, I was just sick for 3 weeks. My body was down, just getting better. Oh, hey, Yolanda. Hope you're feeling better, babe. But I feel you. So again, she said, LaCondas, I appreciate that so much, sis. Thank you for your support, Queen. Really appreciate every last one of you. What did LaCondas say? LaCondas is my girl, too. I don't know what you said, LaCondas, but I'm pretty sure whatever it was nice. She said, I was done when I first heard Break Room Live. I unfollowed and haven't been back. Bike. It's the bike, not back. F you, that shit I don't have time for. I came from Core OBD side and we go hard. Then an MF behind her. I'm down with a more. Thank you, Jen Hen. And yes, Core supporters is down in the paint for her, baby. Uh-huh. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But thank you. I appreciate your support. And I know I have a couple of other Core supporters because I saw y'all in Internet Sister Live. And I was like, look at them over there. I said, I want to do the Internet Sister know that she have a supporter from London, baby. I saw you over there, girl. I was like, yes. I want to do she know. She probably don't even know. I'm going to have to let her know. I'll probably have to let her know. She said, why do they care? Because they think that all of this is about money. And I love what the Internet Sister said, right? We all receive money on the internet, right? We all receive money, whether it's through tips, whether it's through ad play, whether it's through membership. We all receive money, but it seemed like most other people's grievances is about me getting money and the Internet Sister getting money. They don't come out here and down talk the money that they receive, right? They don't come out here and say, "Oh, I shouldn't be getting a check from YouTube." They don't put the money that they receive down. They only put the money that I receive and Jenny receive. That is absolutely crazy to me. crazy to me that everybody focus is on our money. They so focused on our money that they don't know how to get money of their own. I would just challenge them if they stop focusing so much on how many super chats we receive, how many coins we make, how many members we have, and put all of that energy, right, into focusing on their own money, I promise their bag will grow. I just don't understand. I absolutely do not understand. You know? They sit there and they literally say, "Oh, you're in it for the money, you're in it for the money," as if they're not getting paid. If they're not getting paid, if they're not getting love from their supporters, right? They focus so hard on someone else's channel. If we put as much energy as we do on other people's channel in our own channel, I promise our channels will start looking better and better and better. You know? She said King Jean said that when you go dine at a restaurant, don't you tip? Exactly. And when you go to a comedy show, don't you tip? Don't you pay for a comedy show? Don't you pay for the movies? Right? You do. But then when we get tips, when we get loved on, oh, they only out here talking for money. Well, what are you out here talking for? Right? But it's a shame that it's okay for everybody else on the internet to make money, but they're so have their panties all in a knot when they see Amora make money and when they see internet sister make money. My girl Rachel's, that's the one that bought me the cup, y'all, that said that she will punch a B. Did she say B or well, anyway, I think she said B. Punch a B in the throat for me. She said, "My family is huge and full of entrepreneurs. I think you meant our family patriarch taught us all it's better to make a slow nickel than a fast dime. That's wisdom for your ass." Listen, I 100% agree with you, and I would rather make that slow nickel than a fast dime. You hear me? I was just talking about that earlier. I said, you know what? Even though you lose, I see like I said, maybe like two handfuls of supporters that left me and basically gave me their ass to kiss, which is fine, right? And the reason why I said the other day, I feel like I have not lost because I can't tell. I can't tell in my numbers. I can't tell in my subscriptions. I can't tell in my memberships, and I can't tell in my revenue. I cannot tell. So, with that being said, this statement is so true, right? It's better to make a slow nickel than a fast dime. And the reason being because when that fast dime gets snatched so bad, right? If you don't have those slow nickels, that fast dime is going to hurt. Getting a fast dime yanked from you, it will hurt. But those slow nickels, baby, I'm with you when you're right, okay? I'm definitely with you when you're right. So I stand by that. Thank you so very much. So, like I said the other day, I don't feel like I've lost anything. I just feel that it comes a time when a person's connection in your journey is over, you know? She said, "That's really sad to worry about somebody else's money." It is. It should be embarrassing from one content creator to another. If I went on my panel talking about somebody else's money in front of my supporters, that's a slap in my supporters' face. Think about it for a second. If you guys are my supporters and I came out here all the time talking about how this person, how much they set their goal at, or how much super chats they're getting, or how they're doing this for money and all of that stuff, when you guys feel away, when y'all be like, "Damn, Amor, why are you so worried about somebody else's money?" Because I would, if I was supporting you and all your focus was on big majority of your focus was somebody else's bag, I would side eye you. I would literally be like, "Why are you worrying about what they have instead of worrying about building what you have?" That's embarrassing to your supporters when your focus becomes somebody else's bag, somebody else's hustle, how somebody else is making it do what it do. It's embarrassing to your supporters to have to listen to you whine, kick, scream, and cry because somebody else is doing better than you financially, especially somebody else that work on their page full time and you may only work on your page part time. It's embarrassing. You doing your supporters a disservice by talking about another content creator's bag. She getting support, financial support 3 different ways. She getting money like this, she getting money like that, she getting money like this. What is that to you? Why your pennies in a bunch? Because how is it taking food out of your mouth? You know? How is it taking food out of your mouth? Why are you worried about what somebody else is getting? You know? She said, this is a business and your content is top notch. Amor, you're unfuckwittable. And they're mad just because they can't break down content and boring as fuck doesn't have anything to do with us. Exactly. Yeah. Perfect what you do. Perfect how you relate to, and everybody don't connect to their supporters the same and don't have to, but connect with your supporters how you do best. That's the advice I could give any content creator. You have to learn how to connect with your supporters, with your supporters, you know? I just heard a new content creator just recently do content on her page. She's new. And I said, damn, she did the damn thing. She did a good job. And I think this is either her first or second live. And I said, damn, she did the damn thing. And I haven't been able even to reach out to her just to let her know that I think that she did a damn good job. And I'm going to tell her that because she did. Let me tell you, when you first come out here and do a live, you don't know what your audience is going to expect. Y'all know I was all over the place when I first came out here. Hell, I didn't even know how to work the buttons. I was asking y'all down in the audience, wait a minute, what does this mean? How do I do this? What, y'all help me. Some of y'all that has been here from day one, y'all help me. Y'all help me get through this thing. I'm like, how do I put this? And I was like, wait a minute, how do I put this comment up here? How do I do this? Where do I, man, I was missing a lot of y'all comments and y'all like, Amor, you got to read the comments. And I'm sitting up here looking, and then I look on the side and I'm like, God damn, all these comments, I supposed to read all of these. You know what I'm saying? I was all over the place, right? I was all over the place, but I caught on to it, right? I caught on to it. And and they forever updating things. It's things that I have not even learned that they have implemented in the last week or two, right? She said, where can I get the information for the Panama trip? I'll reach out to you, Carmelita, baby. I'll reach out to you. So I've learned a lot along the way, but I think one of the main reasons why my channel does well is because I put a lot of focus on my channel. I don't focus on what somebody else is getting. I don't focus on how many views somebody else get on their video. I don't focus on how much money they made on their live stream. I don't focus at how much they set their super gold chat to. I don't focus on, you know, how many subscribers they have or the lack of. I put that focus and energy on my channel. Some videos I do and I say, damn, Amor, you didn't do a very good job on this video. How could you have done it better? I challenge myself to do better. I do. I challenge myself. So with that being said, the reason why I do well on my channel is because I focus on my channel. I focus on my thumbnails. I told y'all I did a whole analysis on my thumbnail and it came back and said, your thumbnails need to be lighter and brighter. It's not getting a lot of attention because you're doing a lot of dark thumbnails. And I was like, damn, I didn't even realize I was doing a lot of dark thumbnails until it was brought, until I did the analysis. I paid for that type of stuff, right? And then I'm like, damn, it does look kind of dark over here. Let me lighten up some of my thumbnails. I'm always trying to do things to better myself and my channel. My focus is on my channel, on my channel. And I feel that each content creator out here, if they focus more on their channel and stop so much focusing on everything that Amora does, everything that Jenny does, or everything that any other content creator out here that's making money do, right? Or focus on it in a positive way. Because I do go and look at other content creators' pages and I see how they're doing. Not the content creators that's over here hating on $5 super chats. I'm talking about the content creators that's doing the damn thing. I ain't talking about nobody in this segment. I'm talking about content creators that's actually out there that can post a 15-minute video and hit 60,000 views, 100,000 views, right? I look at those people and see what they're doing, right? And then I say, okay, all right, I know I need to adjust. I need to do this. I need to do that. But that doesn't mean the people that make those 60,000 views and 100,000 views, that don't mean that they ain't got no drama on their channel. Because I didn't peep some of them out. And I seen one come out the other day and she did a whole spiel and she got into some people asses, right? So I'm not saying that you can't be successful if you have drama on your channel. That's not true. We seen uh Tisha Tells come out and have drama on her channel over the Diddy thing. She had a little drama for about a week or two, and then she got back on track. She got back on track, right? I think that if you have drama for a long, long time, yes, you can hinder your page. But I think that if you say what you got to say and know how to move on, see, that's the thing about this segment right here. This sector is what they call it. People don't know how to move on. And that's embarrassing. Even for me, it's embarrassing. People don't know how to move on. They so afraid to get out there. They so afraid to do something different, to introduce their audience to something different. They so afraid of getting 1,000 views or the 900 views, right? They so afraid of it that they don't know how to move on. There is a such thing as beating a dead ass horse. No pun intended, right? But it is a such thing. It is a such thing. People need to step out of their comfort zone and offer more because that's how you get stuck. And I said that the other day. I feel like I got stuck because I stayed on the Robert and LaTruth for too goddamn long. I mean, not the Robert and LaTruth, but the LaTruth and Brianna for too long. And I said, I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to just come out here and speak on the same shit every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Yeah, you could come out and speak on something if it's hot and heavy, but have something else to offer. I've had some of my most loyal supporters tell me, Amor, I don't care to hear nothing about Romika or Holly. So when you speak on Romika and Holly, I'm going to be watching something else or I'm going to be doing something else. That's respect. Everybody don't want to hear about that, right? They don't want to hear about that. But that doesn't mean they no longer support you. That just mean they don't support that segment, right? She says, my grandmama used to say, it's a strong wind that don't change. And if they're still doing the same thing for 3 years ago, that should tell you all we need to know. That's true. I mean, let's be honest about it. That is so true. And I had to even look at my own self in the mirror, Gail. Like, goddamn, is the dude that important that we got to break down every aspect of his life? No, he's not. He's absolutely not. You know? Now I look back on and be like, good God Almighty, you know? She said, listen, Amore, ain't nothing wrong with a good roast and a good laugh out loud Friday. Ain't nothing wrong with a good roast. And ain't nothing wrong with my messy Mondays. And yes, Blu-ray Trey will be here tomorrow. Okay. And we will be breaking down the story that I done put off like 3 times or whatever, you know. He said he all for the messy Mondays, right? But he said he gonna give his point of view, and I respect that. He may not look at it as messy. I might look at it as messy. Here go Glenn. Look at her. That would be me. I don't want to hear it, but talk to you about it. Yep, she sure did. She did not want to hear nothing about no Ramika or no Holly. She said, I've been a police officer for over 28 years. I don't want to hear nothing about no who right, who wrong, because ain't none of them right, ain't none of them wrong. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I done been there, done that, and I ain't got no dog in this fight. So when you talk about Ramika and Holly, I'm gonna put a finger up in the air and I'm gonna dip up out of here. She told me that. And I respect her for that. I respect her for that. Everybody ain't here for the same. Everybody ain't here for every story. My girl Nisi, she tell me all the time, I don't like when you drag the pastors more. If you drag a pastor, I'm up out of there. She told me. I respect her too for saying that. I respect her for saying that. She don't want to hear no pastor get drugs. She said, I think the saying goes, uh, touch not my anointing and do my shepherd no harm. She said, I ain't here for the dragging of the pastors. Okay? I respect her for that. And she dip up out of here, you know? But with that said, I do have people that do want to hear and they be like, what's the update? What's the update? I haven't really heard any updates lately or whatever. I really am waiting for the verdict to come down, you know, whether not the verdict because it's not in court, but I am waiting for an outcome and I will be blogging about the outcome. I kind of have a feeling how it's going to go, but I can't sit here and 100% say that's how it's going to go. But I have a feeling I just have a feeling if everything is by the law, I have a feeling what's going to happen. And we'll just have to wait and see. And this is not no win for Team Ramika or no win for Team Holly. To me, it's just going to be, I'm just going to report the updates. And then hopefully maybe we could just break down why it ended the way it ended, as far as, legally or whatever. And if I'm wrong and if it goes to court and she's found and, first degree and get 20 years, I will come out. I'll be the first one to come out here and be like, God damn, y'all, I missed that. I interpreted law wrong. I have no problem with that. But I just don't think in my heart so heart that I'm wrong about this one. I just don't. I just do not. She said, Amor, will you be living in Texas in June? If so, will you be going to the Carmela? Girl, if I'm still here, but child, I'm trying to be in Panama. But if I'm still here, yes, I will go to the Carmela Anthony case. I will go to, and I'm a little scared about that case because even though I broke down the Ramika Holly case using the law, I'm a little apprehensive on that case only because you know, you heard some witnesses come out here and say certain things, and then, you heard other witness come out and say something else. But I'm a little apprehensive on that case. Texas is a stand your ground law state, 100%. But I'm a little apprehensive because, with the touch me and see what happened, I know a lot of people think just that alone is a threat. Touch me and see what happened. So I need more information on that, but I still believe, and I hope people don't get offended. I just believe people should keep their hands to themselves. I ain't saying people should automatically die if they touch somebody, but I think we need to go back to what we was taught as a child. And we were all taught as kids, keep your hands to yourself, right? And if we kept our hands to ourselves, a lot of things wouldn't turn bad. So I just think that, you know, a lot of people forget the very things that we was taught as children. Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. So that's just how I feel about certain things like this. People need to stop holding you according to their standards, which are trash. You hold your own, period. Yeah, and I did kind of see that today. I was like, everybody expect a Mora to come out here and act a certain way, but don't nobody else have to be held to the same standards. I've seen people do either the exact same thing or even worse than what I've done, but everybody want a Mora to be the bigger person. Everybody want a Mora to apologize, and it's okay if nobody else does that. And all I say to that is, fuck out of here, in that order. Fuck out of here. Because if you think that I should be the one that's always kissing somebody's ass, fuck out of here. And I mean that on everything. I'm not being nobody pushover. We all grown. I'm not the only grown one out here. Exactly, especially over words. She said, I left out a more live before while she spoke on a pastor, and I'm a damn mod. My dad is a pastor, and I know he's not like others. I hit the like button and roll out. See, I have quite a few that don't like when I talk about pastors when I come in here and drag them for who they are. And depending on who the pastor is, I don't think all pastors are bad, but there's some bad ones out there. But when I do drag the pastors, I do have some people that say, I don't want to hear it. And they have that right. But that don't stop me from dragging them. I ain't gonna drag just any pastor, only if I feel like they own some shenanigans. She said, I leave out of stories on pastors as well. Yeah, and then somebody, I can't remember who it was, they told me, they said, no more, I rock with not TD Jakes, but DDG. I'm a DDG fan of more. You talk about DDG, I'm out of here. Mad respect. That's just respect. That's respect. That don't mean they hop on somebody else's channel and be like, Amora talked about my favorite person and I can't stand Amora because she's evil and she's this and she's that. Excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. But that doesn't mean they got to get upset and go to another channel and say I'm all type of evils because I speak on somebody that they love. You know what I mean? I had some people in here don't like Chief Carmen, and I like Chief Carmen. They said, no, more, you don't know the real about Chief Carmen. She evil, she's spiteful. And I said, well, I still like Chief Carmen. I still like her. You know what I'm saying? I like Chief, not Chief, but Chef Carmen. But the reason why I like her, I like people that can go through some shit and still bounce back. I like resilience. I don't know about you guys, but I like resilience. I like people that can take a licking and keep on ticking. Brianna has done it. Chef Carmen has done it. Even Robert has done it. But what I didn't like about Robert tried to play the biggest victim in the world. Y'all know I can't stand that shit, right? But I like people that come out here and they get knocked and knocked and knocked and knocked, and they can still keep going. They don't let, excuse me, they don't let the masses shut them down. They don't let the masses end them. Even though sometimes you feel like just crawling in a corner and just saying, okay, you won, right? They still come out here and they show up. They still come out here and they do their job. They entertain their supporters. They still they still show up. That's resilience. You know what I'm saying? I like resilience. I don't like victim players. I don't like people that seek sympathy and just want to be a victim forever. And that's one of the things that I can't get with Robert on. If Robert dropped that victim mentality, I would be like, okay, I see the resilience. But that victim shit, same with season, that victim shit, I can't get with that because you are not a victim. You are not a victim when you hid your hands and you did somebody wrong, and you can't even come out here and say, I was wrong. I did somebody wrong. But yet you want to run in the corner and you want to act like a victim, and then you want people to be sad for you. I can't get with that. I can't get with that, right? So with that being said, I like people that know how to take a licking and keep on ticking. And they do it because they know that the people out there that love them, right? And they also do it because this is what they consider their income. And they know they got to keep coming out here and making money to feed their family. That's why I ride so hard for Brianna, because Brianna got drugged through the mud, still being drugged through the mud over simple shit. Brianna can come out here and love on her kids and get drugged and say, oh, she like these kids better than she like these kids. And she don't like the middle one. She don't like this kid because he too dark. And she don't like that child because they had too nappy. And she feed this kid this way. And she didn't get him, this child, enough potatoes. And she gave this kid more eggs than she gave the other one. And like, come on. Like, are you effing serious? Brianna get drugged for the way she feed her children, the way she love on her children, the way she communicates with her children, the way she sing to her children. She get drugged through the mud, talked about like a goddamn dog because she just want to be a mother. She's just out here being a mother. And it's just some people that can't let this shit go. But they wouldn't be able to walk a mile in her shoes because if people did to her or did to them what they're doing to her, I guarantee you they wouldn't even be able to take it. They would crumble like a stale ass cookie. And that's why I stand with her the way I do. That shit that her and her ex went through, her ex went through, is over. That shit is over. So to still come out here and talk about how she feed her kids and how she dress her kids and how she loved this one because of that reason, how she really don't love this one and this, that, and the other, that's bullshit. And it's because they have absolutely nothing else to offer. They are 1,000% obsessed with one individual. That's it, that's all. They are absolutely obsessed with one individual. And they wouldn't be able to walk a day, one day, in their shoes. Not one day in their shoes. If they was being drugged through the mud like that, they would come out here crying and kicking and screaming. Crying, kicking, and screaming. You know? She's doing an amazing job being a mother to her kids. She's doing a fabulous job being a mother to her kids. It takes a lot for somebody that has been drugged through the internet to still show up. I think she should turn all her content into mother children content. And I've stressed that, and I hope she does all her content. I love the way she come out here and show up for her kids. I love it. I hope all her content, every bit of it, is just her and her kids. I do. I do. You know? She said, then their delusional audience believe these content creators, which is sickening. They will literally make up lies on this girl daily. I don't even really listen to what they say. The last one I heard was she don't like the dark skinned child, and that just blew me for a whole loop. And I was just like, they'll probably say I don't like my majority of my grandbabies. If y'all seen, the majority of them are mixed, but I do have a darker skinned grandbaby. Hell, they'll probably say I don't like my dark skinned grandbaby. Right? People say the sickest shit in the world. They say the sickest shit in the world. Like, why should that even be a thing? They say the sickest shit in the world because when did your love start or stop with somebody's complexion? That's like some of the sickest shit I've ever seen or ever heard on the internet. Ever. She said her gift may have meant well, but after all the mess, she said, nah, do not put that mess on your skin. Oh, you talking about the cream? I ain't know I ain't know what you was talking about. Hold on. I didn't know what you was talking about. Girl, listen. And that was another thing, like Oh, everybody in the house gave gifts except for you. My moderators came together as they did the first trip, and they bought a house gift for the house. It was a part of the welcome committee. And that's another thing. Big shout out to the welcome committee, baby. Y'all got drilled through the mud too, baby. Ooh, Jesus, y'all got drilled through the mud. But I still think that my welcome committee did an outstanding job. I would not take not one thing from you guys, not one thing from you guys. So she said it was your motherfucking birthday. Yeah, I did get gifts for my birthday, and I appreciate the gifts that I did get. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. But shout out to the committee. She said, as a mother themselves, how can you dictate how she love her kids? You can't. You cannot sit here and tell someone they don't love their children or love this child the way they love another one unless they just not showing up in that child's life. If they choose to not be there for that child, then you can say that. But if they're there for that child, no, ma'am, you cannot say that. You cannot say that. Amor, did you throw that shrink clean? Y'all so funny. But I'm not gonna spend this time talking about other content creators that's obsessed with Brianna and her children. Just know that I find it disgusting. But some people that no matter what you say, they're gonna continue to do what they do. And some people you just have to let them do what they do. Just don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it. And then eventually the light will come on for them. They'll realize, like, damn, I done spent all this time with an audience dragging another woman. And you just only you can hope and pray that they don't get a daughter like that or a granddaughter like that, right? That's being dragged through the mud and being talked about, and their parenting skills has been ripped apart all because, they're just unlike, you know? You cannot like what somebody did, but see an improvement in their behavior, right? And actually speak on it. But some people won't ever do that. They won't speak on an improvement in somebody's behavior because they have developed a lifelong time of hating on someone. Some of these people that I've seen, they will hate this young lady until they are laid to rest. No, and this is no lie. And I feel sorry for those because they're going to die with hate in their heart. They will literally hate this young lady. And it's unfortunate that some of them are they're closer to the age where we meet our maker than not, right? But some of these people will literally die having hate in their heart, literally hating someone. And that's a shame. Because you can't even say, "Oh, you know what? I see some improvement. All right, I see you. I see what you're doing. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, you may have came out with the foolishness or whatever, but you got it together. Okay, clap, clap, clap." Some of these people can never clap for another woman, and that's a shame. That is an absolute shame that they would never clap for another woman. But all I could say, they just better hope that they don't have a granddaughter or a great granddaughter or even a daughter that has to go to this very thing, right? But hey, but I'm not here to drag none of those content creators. I just choose not to listen to them anymore. I see the little clips here and there, but I don't even go over there because I already know it's not like y'all say the pastor content is not y'all's, the Ramik and Holly content is not y'all's. I don't go to that content. It is not for me. I don't want to hear someone lie and say a mother don't love her child because, they have a different color or they buy a different man or they only like the twins now because they want a relationship with this person or not. I don't want to hear that mess. So I don't go to it. And that's what we all have to do. If you don't want to hear certain content, stop. All the thing it's going to do is trigger you, get you upset, get you in your feelings, and probably possibly lead you to have a badass day. So if you already know it's going to be some content that you don't want to hear because they're either making up lies or putting their deep opinion on something just to appease their audience, right? By saying things like, "Oh, she's a horrible mother. She don't even know how to feed her child right. Look at the child head dangling all over the place," like as if they the perfect fucking parents, right? I haven't met a perfect fucking parent yet, right? But as if they are a perfect parent and they point out everything that another mother does to their child, all to appease their audience, all to laugh with their audience, right? If you don't want to hear it and you know it's going to trigger you, stay away from that garbage. Stay away from the content that you do not want to hear about. That's even with me. If I come out here with some content that you don't want to hear, hit the thumbs up or not, and just dip up out of here, right? Some people got tired of me talking about Robert, and they even said it. I'm sick of you talking about Robert. I don't even have a desire to talk about Robert. Sometimes when y'all send me clips, I look at it and shake my head. But my desire to speak on Robert is no longer there. And one thing I can say about the Ramika and Holly case, they took my desire to even see anything that man does away. Thank you. Thank you, Ramika, and thank you, Holly. Because I really don't have a desire to even watch him no more. He's not entertaining to me, you know. He's not worth talking about to me. He's not my cup of tea, you know? So I'm sure he's thanking God for Ramika and Holly too. But even there is other stories that I want to cover that's out there that you guys shoot me, that I see for myself. And we're going to be talking about other stories, not saying that we may not address another story if something comes out. Like, for instance, will I be going over the case in January for that still pending for um Brianna? Yes, I will. Am I gonna spend 2, 3 live videos on it? No. But I will come out here and do a live on it, right? But I will not be going in like, unless it's a case. If it's a court case or something like that, yes, we will follow along a court case, like how they did with Didi. And that would be our focus at the time a big case come about, right? And even if Holly and Ramika go to court, I will be blogging on that case, right? But if it's not anything like that, no, I'm not going to spend years and years and years on one content creator. No. Or person, period. I'm not going to do it. I've done that. I'm not going to do that no more. Now that I consider myself like a real blogger, I want to bring y'all more stuff than, oh, look what Robert did today. Look what he ate. Look what he shitted out. Look what he said. Look what he talked about. Oh my God, look how he walked. Like, ew. Mm-mm. Because that means I'll have to watch him just as much. I'm not into that no more. I'm not into that no more. I'm pretty sure he wished that we still watched him like that. Because honey baby, we was his supporters. We was the real supporters. She said, yes, and please don't send it to me because I don't give a damn what them people think or say about me. They have the problem, not me. I promise I'm not thinking about them. I will continue to pray for them. What are you talking about, Candy? What happened, baby? Are they talking about you or somebody talking about you? She said, sad because the very person on the panel got drugged and supplied dinner and food, not the way they drugged the trip. And you were on the committee that planned it. Shaking my head, I wish I might. Wait a minute, what now? Sad because the very person on the panel got drugged and supplied dinner and food. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. She said, I will hit the do not recommend and unsubscribe quick. Me too. I will hit the do not recommend and unsubscribe too. She said, no, he isn't. He wants you to talk about him. He's doing the dumbest mess he could think of daily. Yeah, I know, Tracy, and I just have no interest whatsoever. I have no interest. I'm not. I have no interest whatsoever. So he can breathe easy. I know he probably want me to say something, but he better get somebody else to do it. You hear me? Get somebody else to do it. He didn't got all the coverage from me that he gonna get. Like I said, in January, we'll speak on the outcome of the so-called custody case. That's not a custody case, but we'll speak on that. But other than that, nah, I'm not interested. She said Holly has a YouTube channel, The Real Holly. Just reading her bio, looks like she has her walking papers. No, I think that would be news if that was the case. I think that would be news. I don't think they would just tell the family. I think they would tell, um, I mean, I'm not sure, but I think they would. Don't y'all think that would be made public? I think that would be public, but and how do we know that that's her real page? You know, people make fake pages all the time and try to come out here and pretend. I think that the oh, I do see Holly. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. Oh, she been had that page. Oh, let me go and subscribe to baby girl. She do have her page. Okay, girl, I see you. Hold on. But okay. I don't know. I'll find out for you guys. Oh, her aunt posted it? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see, y'all. Give me a second. I would think that would be news. Big news. Hold on. Okay, I just subscribed to her page. I don't know. I'll have to I'll find out, but that is her page. It is her page. But I'll find out and I will definitely let you know because that I think that would be news. Hmm. Chocolate mess says even when Bree showed up for her kids, they come out here and make it negative like she's a bad mom. I support you more and I support Bree. Thank you so much. Yes, I know. I don't like that, but that's why I choose not to watch it, Chocolate Mess, because it's embarrassing as a woman and as a mother and a grandmother to hear other women just continually drag a woman for just trying, you know? They literally drag a woman for just out here trying to be a mother to her kids. And I don't like that because I know as a mother, it has not always been easy for me, right? As a mom, even when I was married, it's not always easy as a mama. It don't matter if you married or not married, right? It's not always easy as a mom to be a mother. So to see someone, yeah, you can call out behaviors and stuff, but after 3 years, like it's time to let that shit go. Seriously, it's just really time to let that shit go. Concentrate on how your kid treats you as a mom and stuff like that. But that's why I don't watch it. I care not to listen to that because it's just degrading as a mother. From one mother to another mother, it's just degrading. And I just feel like it will come back and bite, but hey, out of town people care more than Chicago do. To be honest, we haven't heard anything since it's originally happened from the public officials. Do you know how many times I've heard that? How you say your name? Wolo? I have heard that so many times. People from Chicago say, Amora, it's not that serious. It is not that serious here. People on the internet is making this big thing, and it is not like that. But I understand that it is a money grab. People are keeping pushing this because of money. And I've even seen the aunt of Ramika come out and say that herself, that she realized that a lot of people attached on to this story as a money grab. And I believe her. I believe her. She said Q went live and said Ramika family knows, but they just stringing it along. I'm going to find out the truth for you guys and I will let y'all know because I don't know as of right now. But I will let y'all know. She said, Amor, did you hear about Keys and RA supporters going back and forth? No, and I'm not interested in even getting involved with that if they are at all. I'm not. She said it might be true. I'm gonna find out. Um I don't want to just like come out here and say that if I don't know it to be true. But if I find out that it is, I will definitely come out here and speak on that. I think it'll be a lot of hurt feelings because baby, ooh, Jesus. It's probably not big news because they said from the beginning they didn't have enough to charge her with. Yeah, that's true, Kathleen. That's true. That's true. She said she has more subscribers than me. That's funny. She said, I am too classy. When was this? Oh, okay. You're asking somebody something. Oh, I think you're saying you're from Chicago. Oh, yeah. You said I'm from Chicago and they don't mention nothing. Yeah, somebody, like several people have said that to me. And several people have said that to me. And you know, I'm not in Chicago, so I don't know, but they have said we're in Chicago and it's not the hype that people are saying it is. Even Miss Fee, the realist, said that she's in Chicago and she said, Amora, it is not the hype that people are saying it is. It's just not. She said, yes, they are. I wish I could go live so bad. You can go live, baby girl. You can. You can. She said, there's a lot of unliving in Chicago, so some may be used to it. She said, find out more. All right, let me wait. She said, it's not even talked about in Chicago. I believe you. She said, the story is the reason I came to YouTube. I didn't even know people go live here. I'm glad I found your page though. Okay, cool, baby. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I didn't know people went live on YouTube like this either until I came to YouTube. I didn't know they had whole full podcasts and things of that such. People come speak their mind and stuff. I was just like, I just seen a bunch of people on YouTube dragging a young lady, and I was like, you know what? I'm going over to YouTube and tell them off and tell them they should be ashamed of themselves. And that's how I ended up on YouTube. I just wanted to come over here and be like, you guys are absolutely ridiculous for what you guys are doing. And now I'm here. She said, the more we made it, the sisterhood is talked about on the entire YouTube. Oh, Lord, the sisterhood being talked about again. Well, just know y'all are some phenomenal ladies, okay? We may not always agree. We may not always agree, but y'all are some phenomenal ladies. And I'm gonna do the video. I just needed to take a few days of rest, but I'm gonna do the video. But just y'all give me a few more days. I got you. I got some things that I'm running behind on, but I promise y'all it's gonna get done. It just may take a little longer because I was supposed to have it done Friday. But baby, if I could have got an inch of strength, uh oh, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, goddamn it. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on, y'all.
Birthday girl, it's your birthday. It's
Hold on, y'all. I was told to go look at something. Hold on, y'all. I was told to check something out, so I'm checking something out. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. She said, let them talk. Mama, we made it. Yeah, we sure did make it. Who talking about us? She said, I have a good following on TikTok. It got messy, so I left that place. Is TikTok messy? One of my good friends, Camille, she's on TikTok. She be telling me to come over there. But I have not went over to TikTok. She keep telling me, but I have not been there yet. She said maybe that's why the mom asked them to leave it alone. They won't, and the aunt and Lady Nina and Keys got into it. Oh wow, they did. When did Mama tell them to leave it alone? I didn't even know any of this. I do know that the aunt got upset and said y'all using this as a money grab, but she said I'm more do another live. On what, sweetheart? She said you was funny as heck back then. We done fell out the chair, cuss motherfuckers out, laugh, cry, and a whole lot more. I'm like, Kim, that's what I was saying. I was like, my supporters know me, right? I was like, they know I keep it 100 with them. My supporters know me. They connect with me. You know what I mean? So I was like, my supporters know. I mean, for 3 years, y'all don't know if I'm a damn demon or not. I was like, y'all don't know if I was evil or not. You know what I mean? I was literally like, they calling me a cult leader and a demon and evil. I was like, my supporters know how I am. They know if I'm any of that or not. I'm not like that. That's why I was taken aback. All right. Okay, I'm back. Or I stay on TikTok. You can definitely make it on there too. I know people be telling me that, but she said, do you need more pictures from the trip? Not really X7. And the reason why, unless you just want me to post them, if it's like nice pictures of you and things, I would post. But to prove a point, like there was chips and cookies and that people actually did do karaoke and stuff like that. I'm not trying to come out here and prove nothing to those people no more. You know, the people that was there know what happened. They know the environment that we were in. But if that's the narrative they want to come out here and kick and scream about, or they didn't get enough chips or cookies or coffee or cakes and whatever the case may be, I'm just gonna let them have that. I'm not gonna be discussing the trip unless you just had like unless you have some beautiful pictures of yourself that you would like for me to post on my page, I can do that. But as far as trying to prove who was hold on one second. Okay. But okay. But but like I said, if you have some pictures you wouldn't mind me posting, I would do that. But to try to prove points and you know things of that nature, I don't think it's necessary. I think the real ones know the truth, you know? But I will tell you this. She says I'm over that. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, if it's just pictures you want me to post because you're just looking beautiful, yes, baby, I will post those. Send them to me. But I also heard today that I was playing with TC's tits. That's a lie from the pits of the hells, okay? I have no desire to play with nobody tits, you know. And I think that it was even said because of the situation with the feed booty thing, but she's the one said touch my butt and tell them if it's hard, you know. We just forgot about that one. But as far as saying that I was touching on TC's tits, no ma'am. No, ma'am. I got my own tits that I could touch on. I'm not a titty girl. All right. So, but just don't believe all the lies. You know, some of that shit you gotta just look at and shake your head. Okay. Um, some people would just pull shit out the sky, they ass, they ears, they nose. Just know that some of that stuff was so far fetched under the sun. It was absolutely just delirious, you know. She said, I have nice pictures from the food truck day. Oh, yeah, you can send those over. Cause I mean, you let them tell it. They ain't had nothing to eat. But yeah, you can send those over. She says, for real, you can only beat this story for so long. Which one, Tammy? The one that's being told? It'll be back tomorrow, honey. Tomorrow it'll be, we ain't had no toilet paper. You know what I mean? She said, the more I really believe them backstabbers want you spit the jealous of your split the jealous of your support. They jealous of your channel. You think they want me to split the wait a minute, hold on. Amor, I really believe them backstabbers. I think you meant want what you spit, the jealous of your support. They jealous of your channel. It does appear that way, but they don't have to be. If they put as much focus in their own channels as they do somebody else's channel, I think that they would be okay. Oh, you said, Amor, I really believe them jealous. They're jealous of your channel. They won't support like you have. Oh yeah, yeah, they do. But that they have to build that. This shit don't come overnight, you know? They have to build that. And they can. They absolutely can, you know? But I don't think I built my channel by stealing other people's um supporters. You know, I didn't go over there and dog out another content creator to get their supporters to come and support me. That's not what I did. I just came on here speaking. Like I said the other day, I remember when I only had like 60 people listening to me. And then it just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew, you know? And we all can do that. But again, you have to pay more attention to your channel and put the love and the work into your channel. And it doesn't take shitting on somebody else's channel to make your channel shine. It does not. She said a 4-day trip has turned into a 2-week content. Child, the trip, I will say this, and you know, I don't care what anybody says, despite I went back and looked at I wasn't the only one not feeling good. It was somebody else there that was not feeling good as well, right? But I will say this. She said, I seen TC in Walmart, and yeah, ain't nobody playing with them titties. These people just say anything. Kayshawn, you funny. But the trip was actually nice. And I thought it would be nice because it showed, you know what I'm saying, as far as different people from different walks and stuff coming together. But I cannot say this enough. Um, well, I'm just gonna say it like this because I don't really want to be talking about this trip every day. In my opinion, we had a good time. I enjoyed the ladies that enjoyed me. And I thought that was everybody, but I enjoyed everybody. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even know it was a problem until it hit YouTube, you know? Except for like I said, on the last day, I heard somebody say they said that they wanted to spend more time with you, but you were standoffish. And I said, oh, it was definitely not, it was not an intended thing. or anything like that. And I was even thinking, like, damn, I should make it up to them. How should I make it up to them if they feel that I was standoffish for the first couple of days? How should I make it up to them? But then after I heard all this other spinning shit, how did it spin around like a damn tornado? I'm like, it is what it is. Either you liked it or you didn't. And that's it. That's just how I feel. She said, and Reese Cup karaoke was fun. I really truly enjoyed my karaoke. Chai. Ooh, chai, honey. She said, it ain't our fault your shoes was uncomfortable. I wonder how Justin sent the girls today to Cora. Well, I know I seen that video where Junie said that her daddy smelled bad or he stank. I said, damn, not Junie told her daddy he stank. Y'all better believe these kids. When these kids say you stink, baby, you stink. They ain't making that shit up. When kids say your breath stink or your underarm stink or your body stink, you better believe them. They are being honest. They smell something. And if they say it's you, you need to just go and take a shower. Don't even try to say I took a shower. Just go and take another one because them kids gonna keep it real. If they tell you stink, you stink. Trust. Kids gonna be honest. And Junie said her daddy stank. And he's like, no, I don't. You seen me take a shower. And she was like, are you lying to me? Now come on. Hey, he should have just cut the camera off because she sure told him he smelled. She said, I think she's telling you that you stink. You might as well just go and take a shower because honey, these kids are gonna tell you the truth. She said, take a bath, not a shower, soak that funk off. Yeah. Cause she sure told her daddy he stink. And he's like, I took a shower and you know I did. She was like, are you lying to me? And when the kids say, are you lying to me? That's their way of saying you are lying. She said, I'm hungry, so may I go on the next trip? You want to go on the next trip, girl? Child, I promise there's gonna be food. It may not be food you like though, because in Panama they got a whole different type of spread in Panama. The food over in the Caribbean is a little different than American food. You gotta have open mind when you go overseas. It may not be the same. She said the trip was definitely nice and I had fun, especially meeting you and my other sisters. I'm glad that I was a part of it. I'm glad that you was a part of us too, baby. She said, out of the mouths of babes. Girl, out of the mouths of babes, honey, they would embarrass you. More one thing about it, the lies would definitely be revealed. It's coming. Hey, whether they is or not. But at this point, I just don't feel like another 2 weeks of the sisterhood as a horrible ass group of people. Do y'all think that's necessary? We know we're not a group of horrible ass people. So we're not. But I got a feeling that we might still be called that. But I don't think that we are a group of horrible ass people. And I never thought we was a group of horrible ass people. Do we still have kinks that we can work out? Yes. Mainly are the ones that sit in the group and just pretend that they are there for the right reasons and they're just the biggest bone carriers ever, which is, you're gonna have it, right? You can't prevent that. We can't sit here and be like, who's carrying these bones? Because we definitely have some bone carriers in the sisterhood, right? So we can't sit here and wing them all out. We do know some people in there with malice intentions. And all I say is the ones with malice intentions, I hope they have gas for a whole week. You know what I'm saying? Just have nasty, stinky gas for a whole week for doing the things that they're doing. But other than that, it's gonna happen. It doesn't matter what type of group you think you got locked down and secure. You're gonna always have a bone carrier. You're always gonna have people with bad intentions. You're always gonna have people with malice hearts. You're always gonna have people who wants to start problems. It's just inevitable. You're gonna have it. And so, yes, we know somebody up there. So hey, just know it's gonna be somebody with some bad gas in the upcoming weeks, and they're gonna be like, God damn it, Amore wish this shit on me. They wish this shit on me. She said, Amore, I've been told I talk out loud when I think. Hey, Kim C, I do the same thing. She said, I just eat rice. I can't do no other crazy food. No, no, no. Panama do have some good food. They do. The Caribbean have good food. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and say I eat it all. Like I don't like them beans and stuff like that, but They do have some good food. One thing I noticed about these different islands and whatnot, they eat a lot of fruit with their food. So you might have food with mango on it. Your rice may come out with mango on it, tomatoes on it. I noticed when we went to Panama last time, I noticed that a lot. And at first I couldn't get with it. I was scraping the fruit off the rice. And I'm like, why the hell they bring me some rice with some mango on it? But then I tried it and I was like, oh, it ain't that bad. I was like, okay, wait a minute, it's not that bad. Like we'll see things and we may not like the way it look, but I just say just try it. You know what I mean? Even if it's just one time, it may not look like y'all. I did not eat plantains until, and I may be saying it wrong, plantains. I did not eat plantains until I actually went to the Caribbean because I was like fried bananas, like ew, right? But that's because I had never tried it. I had never tried it. It just looks nasty. And I was like, "Ooh, I don't want that." But now I'll eat a plantain in a minute, baby. You better stop playing with me, right? So, but now it is some things that I won't try. Why not try? I have tried and I don't like it. And one of them is oh, how you say it? Oh my God, how you say it? Yeah, I'm about to mess this word up, but they big for it over there. But tell me if I say it wrong. But pig peas or chickpeas or something like that. But anyway, it's a bean. Now I can't get down with that, but they'll eat that like with, you know how people eat salsa dip? They will eat that mushed up, like chickpeas or pig peas or whatever it is. But I couldn't get down with that. I just was like, oh hells to the no. So it is certain things that I will eat, that I will try, and there's certain things that I will not. I don't like it. Right. But the food is not like American food. And so it may have a different taste. It may not be as sweet. It may not be as flavorful. Oh yeah, that's what it is. What I call it? That. That's it. The hummus. Baby, they'll put that out on your on the table in a minute, baby. And you be like, who eating that? And they tell you, oh, it's just mashed up chickpeas or something like that. And I'm like, no, I don't like that. She said hummus is mashed chickpeas. Yeah, that's what they told us. Now I didn't like that, but I didn't like that, but she said with pita bread. Yeah, they do serve us with pita bread sometime or some other type of hard type of bread, like a cracker like. But I didn't like that. But I didn't like the fruit on my rice either. But then I tried it and I was like, wait a minute. She said, are you Panamanian? No. Oh, you asking somebody else. No, I'm not Panamanian. But well, we was over there for 9 days. So either you're gonna starve or you're gonna eat, right? So we was over there for 9 days and I had my mouth stuck up at first. And then my husband was like, what you want, a McDonald's or something? And I'm like, baby, it just don't look right. And he was like, girl, you better eat and stop complaining. So I was like, okay, let me eat, let me eat. And I start eating. And I was like, okay, it ain't that bad. Cause he was like, if you expect me to go, because I asked him one time, can we find a Chick-fil-A? And he looked at me and he was like, I know you didn't let me bring you all the way over to Panama for you to be asking for some damn Chick-fil-A. He was like, that's American food. Like, why are you doing that, babe? Don't act ignorant like that. And I was like, okay, okay, you know. And so I actually start eating the food and enjoying the food. So that's how I know if you don't try it, you're not gonna know what you like, right? So but anyway, but like I was saying, sorry, I had to just respond back to that person. But you know, you're not gonna go over there for no extended period of time and don't try the food. She said you need to stay at home more. That was back way back when. I'm a much better person now with trying food. I'm much better now. I That was a lesson learned for me. But I'm not like that no more. Like, Panama was one of the first trip. Well, Jamaica was the first trip that I took. Well, actually, no, my first vacation. But I was stationed in Korea. But I ain't like that food either. I ain't even gonna lie to you. They were nasty. I couldn't get with the Korean food. I'm sorry, y'all. I could not get with that. But I done been to Iraq. I don't like that food. But Panama was well, Jamaica was the first island and it was so good. But Panama was probably the second one. And I did have my nose turned up. I did. But I don't anymore. And what I realize is they put so much food on your plate. Like they feed you very healthy. Like it's a big plate of food. Like it may even be bigger than they make here in America. Like your plate is full of food, but you don't get up feeling overstuffed. You don't get up feeling like, oh God, I got indigestion and gas and I don't feel tired and sluggish. It's because they make their food a little different than they do in America, right? Um, you do miss American food here and there, but after you there for a while, you get adjusted to it. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was just like, oh, it's bland or this, that, and the other. They have their own flavors. But after eating there a couple of days or so and enjoying it, yeah, I would say maybe like the third day in, you're loving the food. You're loving the food and you want more of it. Even the vegetables. You're like, I don't even like vegetables like that. But then all of a sudden you start like, oh, okay, this is good. This is not bad. This is really good. But they do have rice with almost every damn thing. You're gonna eat you some rice. You most countries is that I've been to, rice is a it's a thing. It's literally a thing. Like you're gonna eat some rice in these Caribbean countries, these different islands. Even in Hawaii, you're gonna eat some rice. Like rice is a thing, you know? And then fish with the head on it, the whole damn body. I had to do that. I don't like it because you don't like the fish looking up at you, but it's just you're gonna have that. You're gonna eat a whole damn fish, you know, or not, but when we go to Panama next year, I'm gonna share that with you guys. I'm gonna feel a little bit more comfortable sharing things like that. Not that I'm not comfortable now, but girl, you just don't know who gonna come up behind you and smack you upside the head because they don't like your commentary, right? But when I get to Panama, I'm gonna be a little bit more outside, I guess if that's what you want to call it. I'm gonna be a little bit more outside, and I am going to bring you guys along with Jay and I. It's gonna be our journey, right? So I'm definitely going to bring y'all along with us and blog day by day and let y'all see exactly what it is. Take y'all to different spots that y'all probably have never known to be and this, that, and the other. But I'm definitely gonna be outside in Panama. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't be as outside as I want to be here. Not that I'm afraid, but but I'm gonna be more outside in Panama. Now I will say in Texas, the food good here. I didn't came here and gained 20 damn pounds that I'm working off. You know what I'm saying? And I have dropped some weight, so thank God. But I came here and y'all told me I was gonna gain weight when I came to Houston. And Lord, why I did not listen to y'all? The food is good here in Houston. I'm not gonna lie. But baby, child, ooh, honey, I know it has to be the way they cook their food. It is good, but yeah, you will gain a few pounds here if your ass is not active and you just sitting on your ass. If you ever plan on moving to Houston, baby, you better have a exercise plan before you even get here because you will gain weight. They have some really good restaurants, and baby, they gonna feed you. She said, "Has anyone ever had chicken feet?" Now that's what we draw the line. I'm not. I wouldn't try stuff like that. That's just where we draw the line. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm Haitian and I gotta have rice with every dish." Yeah. So I think that's a Caribbean thing, right? A lot of other countries eat rice with everything. She said, "I never miss American food when I travel abroad." You travel abroad a lot though, Glenn. I ain't gonna lie, I missed American food even when I was in Dubai. I was like, but Dubai have the American food. It don't taste like American food though. Like the McDonald's don't taste like McDonald's. So the food don't taste like American. The closest thing that I had in Dubai that tastes like American food was they have a PF chain and a cheesecake factory. They taste the same. To me, they taste the same. But they other restaurants like the Popeyes chickens or the whatever chickens, they don't taste the same to me. They don't taste the same. She said a lot of Haitians at my job eat chicken feet. Ain't no meat though. Yeah, I'm not trying no chicken feet. That's what I gotta be able to look at it and stomach it for me to eat it. Like I can't. Mm-mm. I'm sorry, but I don't even. Mm-mm. I ain't knocking it, but that's something I will not try. I ain't trying no chicken feet. That's one thing that I probably would not try. Chicken feet in African families down here with the women who are mother figures to me love eating every part of a whole chicken. Yeah, I've seen people eat. I don't like boiled meat. That's my thing. I like either baked, broiled, or fried. But boiled, nah, I'm not big on boiled meat. My youngest daughter lived in New Orleans for 3 years, and now she's here. And the girls use a lot of Cajun season. Candy use a lot of Cajun season. What Candy at Cajun is Candy love Cajun everything. She always recommend us to these different restaurants, and it's always some hot, spicy ass food. And I'm like, why you didn't tell me this? She said, girl, it's good. It be good. Candy done sent us to some restaurant that had your whole soul on fire. I don't know if I like Cajun like that. I just think that it's too damn hot. I like season, but not to the point where I cannot eat it. And a lot of things that I have tried Cajun, I can't eat. Like I've even tried Cajun fish. It's too hot. Cajun chicken. So it's a lot of Cajun things. If they go overboard, which 9 times out of 10 they do, I can't eat it. I have thrown food away because I can't eat it. She said, I don't like New Orleans food, so overrated. Oh, you don't? She said New Orleans food is overrated. Some of the cake, but I think if you grew up eating it, I think that you could probably deal with it. But some of that stuff it just burns your whole tongue, like not heat wise, but spice wise. Some of them spices I just can't get with. I just can't. Like Jay said, ask her where we can get some boudin from. I'm like, first of all, what is boudin, right? And then she introduced us to it or whatnot. And then I went and I'm looking at it and I'm like, baby, you gonna try it? He said, yeah, Candy said it's good. So he eating it. He's like, it's good, it's good. So I'm like, all right, let me taste a piece. I'm gonna eat it. I'm eating. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Ah. I don't like boudin, but Candy love it. She love some damn boudin. I'm just like, no, baby, y'all can keep that. I'm like, I don't like it. I just don't. But she love her some boudin. I'm just like, how you eat this? Do y'all know what boudin is? Look it up right quick. I don't even know how it's spelled. Let me see if I boudin. Okay, it's spelled Boudin. Look that up. Candy eats that boudin balls, like they like the crispy boudin balls, boudin rice. It's just way too spicy for me. I don't like it. I don't like it. Mm-mm. But Jaya eat it, but I don't. I'm good on that. I am good on that. I ate crawfish for the first time since I've been here in Texas. Crawfish, I like crawfish in some rice, but I don't like crawfish by itself. But I will eat it crawfish mixed up with some rice or something like that. But these are the boudin balls right here that she had us eating. Let me show you this crispy fried boudins, crisp, crispy fried boudins. Let me show y'all a picture. This right here say the perfect boudin. Hold on, let me try to get another picture because this keep going. I didn't like it, but Jay was like, "It's all right." I was like, "Oh no." Let me just show y'all right quick. Y'all know we could be talking about something and then we end up talking about something totally different. But I'm not about to be on here that long. This is boudin. Will y'all eat that? I'm not a fan. Oh, she said it's not boudin, it's boudin. Oh, it's boudin. Oh, my bad. Hell, ain't that how you spell it though? She said, say boudin, boudin. What did I say? Boudin is boudin. Okay, my bad. Boudin. So boudin, but I don't like it. But I know y'all do, especially ones from Louisiana, because I know Candy love it and I know Tina love it. I am not a fan. Mm-mm. Jay like it. Jay like it, but I'm a texture person. I'm a texture and too much. It's too much. It's too hot. She said, "It's so good, girl." I don't see how, but she said, "I make them. They are so good." Mm. She said, "Hey, I'm more in chat. I have been listening. I was driving, so I was in a delay in my speaking. It's okay, Tony. Hey, baby. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not good on this. And I think don't they got rice in it? I just, I'm good on that. I mean, I ain't gonna knock it if that's what you like." She said, "What's in it?" So I asked Tina. Tina, what is in here? Candy was trying to tell me at one time, and she was like, it got rice stuffed in it, and she was trying to tell me like peppers and rice and some other stuff. I don't know what's stuffed in it, but I took a bite and spit it out. Oh, you from Louisiana as well? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I did not know you was from Louisiana. Okay. I guess you got to be from Louisiana to like this. She said, y'all, I'll try it. And I have had crawfish, crab legs, and shrimp with the head on it. It's so good. Oof, child. She said it's something like dirty rice made into a sausage. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it right there. Dirty rice and stuffed in sausage, sausage wrappings, I guess. And isn't the dirty rice, don't it have sausage in it too? So that's what it is. But Kenny love this stuff. She eat this stuff. She be like, I'm coming out to Katy to get me some boudin. I'd be like, you driving all the way out here to get you some boudin? She be like, yep. And then got Jay up there getting it. Jay told me, I'm going to get some boudin. I'm like, by yourself, because I ain't eating that stuff. So anyway, she said, I'm from Louisiana too. So all y'all must have grew up on this. Nah, I'm good. She said, in fact, I'm about to make some right now. You about to make some right now? She said, yes, New Orleans, Louisiana. Oh, okay, you from New Orleans. Okay. These people need to be getting ready for the holidays instead. They still talking about a trip that came and gone. Yeah, we getting ready for the holidays. We done already bought our stuff and the kids and already gave us our list. So we are ready for the holidays. Who else is ready for the holidays? Have y'all been and already bought your broth, your cornbread, stuffing mix, or whatever you're making, your macaroni shells, your pie shells? You got to get that stuff early because if you wait, baby, they're gonna be out of it. It's so many times I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a pie. And then I waited a couple of days before Thanksgiving and there was no pie shells in sight. Y'all better go on and get them that shit and put it in the freezer. She said, Amore, you had me thinking it was balls like testicles. No, no, no. It's boudin balls. They like, well, I mean, I mean, no, I'm just kidding. They fried balls. They like fried, they look kind of almost like hush puppies, I guess, until you open it up and there's meat in it, meat and rice and some other stuff. Mm-mm. But I mean, I don't know. I just didn't like it. She said, I got everything except my yams. Oh, you got everything except the yams? She said, I'm from Atlanta. Give me 10-piece flat lemon pepper wing plate. I can't do spicy food. She said, give me a 10-piece flat lemon pepper wings. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you from Atlanta, child. Everybody in Atlanta eat lemon pepper. Lemon pepper this, lemon pepper that. She said, my daughter wore me out in the commissary. Oh, for real, girl. We got majority of our stuff. Jay already got the turkey and the ham. He told me he's already got the turkey and the ham. It's out there in the freezer. It is. And we got the broth. We got a lot of stuff. We didn't get everything, but we did get quite a bit of stuff. I don't think we got our yams yet. We haven't got our yams, but we got the stuff that's, you know, perishable or non-perishable, non-perishable. But we got the turkey and the ham, but it's in the freezer. But we haven't got like the potatoes and the things like that. Because I will be making some sweet potatoes soup. Well, I'm gonna just do yams. Because everybody in my house don't even eat yams. She said, "Yes, you do more. That stuff you completely gone. That stuff you completely gone." Oh yeah, they will be gone. The pie shells and stuff, it would be gone. She said, "Birmingham, Alabama have the best wings in town." Oh, they do. I don't even think I ever been to Birmingham, Alabama. I don't think I've been to Alabama much at all. I think I drove through Alabama like once or twice, but I don't think I remember anything about Alabama, to be honest with you. Oh, well, I went to OCS in Alabama. Shit. But we was only in a secluded place where there was a bunch of red clay dirt, and we didn't go outside of that fob or that base or that post, whatever you want to call it. We was at Fort McClellan. That was the only time that I actually spent time in Alabama. But I think they didn't shut down that base now. I don't even think it's a base. She said the commissary was out of yams too. Oh, they were out of yams? Mm. She said this year I don't feel like cooking, but I am. Yeah, I'm going to cook. My daughter-in-law is going to be here, but I'm sure they'll help me. But I think I'm mostly going to cook. She said, I just went to Alabama to see Chris Brown. Yay, girl. That's what I'm talking about. We already got our tickets to see Fantasia in January, and I can't wait, baby. Fantasia and Anthony Hamilton is coming to Houston in January, and I will be there. I will definitely be there. We already got our tickets, and I can't wait. Y'all better stop playing. But anyway, y'all, we always talking about food and getting hungry, but I just literally want to come on here and just say, listen, we still stand no matter what. You know what I'm saying? People gonna feel how they feel. They're gonna say what they say. We just have to continue to lift each other up because that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? We need, and don't feel bad if you need to be lifted up in the group. Just say it. You don't have to tell us what's going on if you don't want to. Just say, y'all, in the name of the Father, I need y'all today. And we will already know what we need to do. Just come in here because some days we need each other real bad. Trust. So just come in the group and say, I need y'all today. And if you want to tell us what's going on, you can. But if you don't want to tell us what's going on for the sake of somebody coming out and spreading your business all over YouTube, you don't even have to say it. You could just say, I need y'all right now. Boom. We're going to rally behind you. The group ain't just for me. It ain't just for the mods. It's for everybody. If you need a special shout out or, closeness or anything, just let us know. And we're gonna be there. I want us to gain the trust back some kind of way in the group. I know it's gonna take a while because it was definitely shooken. I think everybody in there scared to say anything about what's going on in their life. The next trip probably gonna be all quiet. Ain't nobody gonna want to talk to nobody. And they like, I ain't telling you shit. How you doing? I'm good. How your relationship? Good. How your mama doing? Good. How your kids doing? Good. Ain't nobody go want to say shit, But I don't want that to be us. That was that was a shame and shouldn't have never happened. Never happened. But we will restore. We will. She said, I just saw Fantasia last month and she was amazing, baby. Did she take you to church? Because Fantasia would take you to church. You would be having a concert with Fantasia. Next thing you know, you would be in there talking about some, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Boy, you'd be having your hands up in the air, tears coming from your eyes. Fantasia would take you to church, baby. You hear me? Because, baby, I love me some Fantasia, honey. She said, I'm going to see Jagged Edge next Sunday. Since Memphis canceled Chris Brown concert last month, I was pissed. Had my tickets since it went on sale. Why did they cancel it? Is it because the National Guard there? Why did Chris Brown get canceled? She said, yes, Sean, I took my 16-year-old daughter for her birthday. Ooh, yes. I know that's something that she'll never forget. She said, "That's a good idea, more." Yeah, you need that. I mean, you don't have to come out here and tell it, but if you just need something that day, just come out and let us know. Just say, "Hey, y'all, all I need is 10 sisters to just pray for me." Hell, I wanted to ask y'all the other day, but y'all started doing it without me even asking. I wanted to just say, "Y'all, lift your girl up," but y'all came in there telling me y'all was lifting me up because I just felt so heavy. The weight, I was just like, "Oh my God." I was like, "What else?" I was like, next, they're gonna be like, "It wasn't no comforter on the bed. There was blood stains in the sheets." I was like, "Oh my God, like what now?" But y'all did it. Y'all rallied around me. And I don't want to be the only one that get rallied around. I appreciate it. But I want y'all to rally around some of these other sisters that need. We got a sister going through cancer treatments right now. She definitely need us. I don't know if she want me to say her name, but she's definitely amongst us. We got people that's going through real life experiences, and I know that they need to be rallied around. And I know now they're probably scared to come out and even say what they're going through because we might have somebody lurking and ready to say something, or whatever, and put people business out there. So just know you don't necessarily have to say what you're going through unless you want to, unless you feel comfortable. But if you just need somebody to just wrap their arms around you, send up a prayer, or two or three or four or five or 10, just let us know. Just let us know. I need y'all this morning. I'm going into a meeting. I'm going in for a job promotion. I'm going in for an interview. I'm going in for an evaluation, something. If you need that, just let us know. And we will rally behind you, you know. She said, "Yolanda, they definitely knew I was so sad for y'all because the show was amazing." Why did they cancel why did they cancel Chris Brown? Memphis casino building was finished. They knew that before they. Oh, so the building wasn't finished and they knew it before they booked him. So they canceled because the Coliseum wasn't done. They couldn't think of another place to go to? Or is the Coliseum the biggest one there? They knew that wasn't finished. Who in the world would do something like that? That's poor planning. Damn. And the thing about it is they probably still had to pay him something. Cause it don't matter when you put somebody on the books like that, you gotta pay something up front. So they canceled the tour, and I guarantee you he still made money. Cause when he lock you in, that's his time. I'm sure they still had to pay him something. Good Lord. Mm-mm-mm. The producers, they had to pay for that. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, they had to pay for that one. I'm sure they took a loss. She said, and then they waited to the last minute. How, like, when you say last minute, like a week before, 2 weeks before, don't say like a day or two before. How long out did they cancel it? They claim it was because of construction. Don't tell me days. Oh yeah. Oh, she said, yeah, that's the biggest building here. Okay. But when you say canceled at the last minute, like how long was it? Chris Brown puts on a show now. He puts on a show, a good show. Hey Sandra. Yes, yes, yes. Catch the replay. We kind of spoke on several things, so it may be all over the place, but I don't feel that heaviness anymore. I think that this was a good talk with the people that wanted to hear it. I'm sure it was a bunch of messy people in here thought I was about to drag somebody up and down social media alley. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't get that. I'm sorry. Y'all can't go back and report. that Amora dragged somebody because baby, child bye. So I'm sorry that they didn't get it. Not saying I'll never drag nobody ever again, but you ain't getting it today. So, we had like 389 people in here, and I bet you they was just waiting on a drag. But it went down because it didn't go quite like they thought it was going to go. So it's all good though. It's so funny that the messy boots, they run over here and be like, ooh, 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 fight, 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 fight. You know what I mean? For them to have to be like, damn, it wasn't no fight. Damn. I thought she was about to drag somebody so we can keep this going for the next 2 to 3 centuries. She said, you sound better. Thank you, K Kim. Appreciate that. And I wasn't even going to go live. I was like, but then I was talking to a few people and I said, you know what? Let me go live because we done been under attack for too long. And I know Internet Sister been doing her thing and putting it down, and I love her to death, right? But I was like, we under attack. This don't make no sense. Let me at least just let y'all know. Just because we take a hit don't mean we falling, baby, and we ain't going nowhere. We are not falling. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a couple of us was like, let's dismantle this whole damn group. And then we had to regroup and said, no, this is what they want. They want us to dismantle this whole group. They want us to, you know, cancel the whole group because we don't know who is snake and who's not. And I said, no, we're not going to do that. That's being hasty, you know. That's being hasty. That's being so immature, and it's buying into a narrative that's just not true. That's just not true. We're not demonic. We're not evil. We're not ass kissers. We're not cults. We're not cult members. We are women that just want to uplift each other, have grown folks conversations, and know how to deal with conflict. You know what I'm saying? So just because one or two people don't know how to deal with conflict because of egos and this, that, and the other, don't make us a bad group of people. I said this from the beginning. It could have been worked out, but the hole got too big. When it went from one thing and jumped around to 99 other things, baby, that wasn't about no one incident. That was about your true intentions, how you really feel. And honey, sometimes you gotta let people feel how they feel, but over there, okay? Over there, right? She said, I'm here more, love you. You do sound so much better. I'm starting immune therapy Tuesday, hopefully. Okay, Gloria, praise him. I hope everything works out with you. I really do. And if you ever need us to love on you, you just come in the group and you let us know. I just need some love today. So just remind us on Tuesday that you're starting your immune therapy and we got you, boo. Okay? Just let us know. Just let us know. She said, Amor, if the DEA, FBI throw their hands down in a case, can the state pick it up? What are you referring to? I'm not sure what you're talking about. When you say the DEA, FBI throw their hands down in a case, are you saying if they started off with a case and then they just drop it, can a state pick it up? Yeah, and it has happened before. But I don't know what, excuse me, I don't know what case you're referring to. Sorry, I got this cough drop in my mouth, y'all. Amora, how long do a state have to come for you? Oh, in the Holly and Ramika? It was never a Fed case. That was never a federal case. It's not a case. It's not a case. She was never charged. She was never charged. Never, never charged. But it's not a Fed case. But I would just say this, I have not gotten confirmation that the case is closed. So I will not be repeating unverified information like that on my channel. So just on Talk About It with Amora, just know that I have not received confirmation that the case is closed at all. And when I say closed, I mean like, well, yeah, yeah, case is closed. I was going to say charges dropped, but that's not what I said. Yeah, there is no charges, but I cannot verify that the case is closed. I have not gotten confirmation off of that. So if you're hearing that somewhere else, just ask them for proof. I'm not just going to take something and run with it just to just to come out here and say anything, but best believe when it's closed and I get confirmation, I would definitely let you guys know. She said, Amora, try the Mucinex cough drop. They work pretty good, honestly. I may have to try that. She said, I'm just waiting. I am too. Exit 75. I'm waiting too. I'm waiting too. She said, it's nothing else to talk about the trip anymore. Hope they can move on now. Yeah, but if they can't, we can't worry about it. You hear me? Like, I'm sure it's going to be probably something else. Like, there was no nuts and crackers or peanut butter and jelly, or I don't know. Actually, it was some jelly there. But I don't know. To be honest with you, I cannot. I'm sure it's going to be some more stuff because people don't know how to just move on like adults. Mm-mm. Because the plan, you got to understand the plan. The plan is not. It wasn't carried out the way it was planned. She said, "Yes, more. Take anything Mucinex. It's gonna get you right." So my husband literally, we had Mucinex and I was taking it, but we didn't have a full bottle or whatever. But he literally just went and got me Mucinex today. But you know what? I don't know if he did. I don't know if he got me night Mucinex. Let me see. I think he only got me day Mucinex. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Don't go nowhere. I gotta answer this. Hold on 1 second. But I was on the phone with someone. So yeah. But so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Hopefully you guys got had some fun down in the chat together. I'm gonna go back for those that may miss this live right now and do a playback. I will take out this long break because baby, this was long. Excuse me, this was long. Somebody said, Jay, give us back our Amora, please. Yeah, it wasn't even Jay this time. I was literally on the phone. But yeah. I will definitely be updating you guys on some things. Um, I mean, not tonight. She said, do some homemade cough syrup, half cup of whiskey, half cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 15 peppermints. That's homemade cough syrup, girl. Half a cup of whiskey, half a cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 15 peppermints. Girl, I may try that one day. I may try that one day. Let me write this down. Try you gonna have me drunk as a skunk, Tangy. A half a cup of whiskey, girl. You gonna have me so drunk, but I'm gonna try it one day just to see how it go, and then I'm gonna come back on here and talk about it. I'm gonna have to come back on here and talk about it for real, cause I be seeing Cora making her own cough syrup, and I'm like, but I've never done it before. She said, "Any news about the Holly cakes?" I'm gonna have to update y'all another day. Not on this one. Not on this one. Okay. What Tammy Baby say? Tammy Baby said what? I'll have to go all the way back up. But anyway, I'm about to hop off because I need to do some things and some things and things. She said, yeah, we was all talking about Jay. Y'all was talking about Jay. I think Jay is still upstairs watching goddamn whatever, football or something. But when I told him I was going live, he said, you going live? Well, I'm going back upstairs and watch TV. So I will get him back from upstairs in a few minutes. But she said, seriously, tell Jay to run to the store for Mucinex. Oh, I meant to call him and ask him, did we do night Mucinex because I know he got the daytime. I don't know if he got the night, but I did take some today. She said I was going to tell you to have Cora make some. She never gets sick. Girl, I seen, listen, Cora be doing the damn thing. You hear me? For her and the girl, she be doing the damn thing. But hopefully we will um be having an update on what's going on. Again, I don't want to put out unverified information. So I will have to come back to you guys and let y'all know with receipts. But I don't want to like just put something out there out in the atmosphere. So just hold your horses, please, and thank you. But anyway, I'm about to get off. But thank y'all for blessing this channel. Again, my big sis Glenn and what other one? My girl Barbara King. Thank y'all so much. Y'all spread some love. But let's go down the other ones. We got Sonia C, that MF, Nisi, Lady V, Yasmin, Yvonne, Lady V showing off her 24 months, and I'm loving it. Lashina, we stand with you more. Thank you, Christy. Hey, Christy. Hello, everybody. Hey, girl. Exit 75, love you back. Uh, Sassy D, we love and stand with you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Arlisha, love you, big sis. Love you back. Kim C, some love to cheer you on. Thank you so much. Patrice, the big Amor, not the little one. Okay, with the big A. All right. You're the motion and they all envy. Yep. Thank you, Patrice, but you telling the truth. Thank you, Tammy Baby, Tammy B, and Rita M, longtime supporter and here to stay. Thank you, Rita M, and I appreciate you too. I do, I do. Yolanda, sisterhood will stand, still stand. Loud talkers and dog walkers. Yep, the sisterhood still stand. Yes, hashtag sisterhood still stands, you guys. Sisterhood still stands. And we do stop playing. Stop playing with your girl. Stop playing with our sisters. Stop playing. Just stop it immediately. Immediately. Just cut it out. 40 days, 40 nights. Get some rest soon. Get well soon or more. Will do. Thank you so much. Y'all cheered me up a little bit, but I am going back. I'm going to take me a bath and get back in that bed. Christy, thank you. She said, get well or more. Thank you, will do. 12K, love you long time. Thank you, girl. And thank you for that blessing today. I got it. I did. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. 12K said, sent you some coffees this morning and I got it. Thank you so much for that coffee. Appreciate you, love. Vanessa, sisterhood is strong. Let's get her more into her goal. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa, don't be playing. Y'all better stop playing with Vanessa. Thank you, Barbara Clark. She said, showing some love. Thank you, baby. Appreciate it. Camitris, thank you. I love you, girl. We got speedy recovery. Thank you. I am praying in the name of the Father that I am much better tomorrow. This will be day 4 on those damn what do you call it? Whatever the hell it's called, them damn steroids. But I hope it works, though. I really do. I could tell that it's already working, but it's not 100% though. But we getting there. We getting there. Thank you, Shalandra. Let's talk about it, sis. I support you unconditionally. I'm riding with you until the wheels fall off. We stand with the more. Thank you so much, Shalandra. I appreciate you. Tawana, keep pushing through, more. Your loud talkers riding always. Thank you so very much. Michelle, we love you, sis. I love you back. And then there go Barbara. Thank you so much. Tisha, we not embarrassed, but they should. What you say? We not embarrassed, but they should be. We here to stay. Well, thank you so much. Cause I did think, I was like, damn, the sisterhood been ran up and down YouTube streets. I was like, I know my girls are embarrassed, but I was like, damn. I mean, it just felt so heavy that we was just getting berated throughout a YouTube like we the bunch of demonic spirits. I was like, damn, we getting ripped out the frame. But we still stand. We still stand no matter what. We still stand. So thank you, Tisha, for that. 12K, you rocking, I'm rolling, sis. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Rita M. Amore, your true supporters see all of this. We are critical thinkers for ourselves, and no one can sway that. Thank you so much, Rita M. I appreciate that, and it means a lot. Because, baby, they were trying, child. Ooh, they was trying hard. You hear me? I'm talking about coming from every angle, boy. They was trying, baby. Child. Thank you, Koya. Thank you for your membership. I appreciate you. 12K or more. They had a plan and a plot and a plan. Yep. And it didn't work at all. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Kwame and Wayne. Appreciate you. Tina D, my girl. Love you back. Patrice Goldmet. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys. Catherine. Thank you so much. And then my girl Glenn says, Happy Sunday, Amore, Mods and Chat Sisters. Why are you on this Beyonce's internet? Get some rest. I am, girl, but I had to come. Listen, the tension was thick, and I just wanted to come and love on y'all, and I needed some love from y'all. So I do appreciate that. I really do. I really do. So I appreciate that. The cameraman, the real abuser. Thank you. Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby. And I hope you're doing all right. I'll talk to you later, but I hope you're doing all right, okay? She says sisterhood is strong and is. And be careful riding in that truck, girl. That MF said it's concerning because people drove and could have bought, packed anything if you catch what I'm saying. Speaking in general, because I cannot speak to anything on this trip. Right. I get you. I understand. But yeah, that part. But thank you, that MF. Appreciate you and love you. Gloria, love you more. Hello, Maz and chat. Love you back, baby. That was my Binky Bink. Binky Bink said, Hey, more, I'm rocking with you the long way. We love you, and this too shall pass. Yes. Thank you, Binky. Appreciate you. 12K or more. I'm so glad you disconnected from Fishy 2.0. Girl, I am too. I am. I really am because, baby, sometimes you got to stand back and see things a little clearer. But thank you, baby. C Page, Amore, please don't use TC Cream. I don't trust her. Not when she didn't came out here and called me a whole documented liar, like she didn't connect with me after that, right? Okay. But thank you, baby. Noted. Okay. Very much noted. Thank you, Chocolate Mess. Even when Bree showed up for her kids, they come out and make it negative like she's a bad mom. I support you and I support Bree. Thank you so very much, Chocolate Mess. And you ain't telling nothing but the truth. Don't make no damn sense. She said, if you don't listen to it, it won't affect you. I don't listen to the trash. Yeah. I think after today, I don't care what is being said. She said, Jenny will be back live today or tomorrow. Let me see. Jenny coming back? Because Jenny can come back right now. I text her and said, I just need a minute, sis. I need a minute. She said, okay, give me 3 minutes. Let me see when Jenny coming back. I'm gonna call her when I get off here. You said she coming back at 1:15. I don't see it, but I'm gonna call her because if Jenny wanna take up the night, I'll listen while I'm resting. So I'll call her and see. But I don't see where she unless she put it on Facebook. Hold on, let me check her out on Facebook right quick. Let me see. Oh, look, I'm putting the internet sister. It's Carol. Carol Jeannie. Hold on, let me see when she coming back. Yep, she said I will be live at 1:15 on YouTube. Come in. I think she mean 1:15 a.m. Oh no, no, no. That was earlier today. Oh my bad. That was earlier. That was 7 hours ago. Oh yeah. So I don't know. She might come back. So yeah, but no, I don't care what's said from here on out because at the end of the day, as long as the sisters are good, long as the sisterhood ain't carrying around no heavy weight, thinking that we the worst people that ever walk YouTube or whatever. As long as y'all good, I'm good. We gonna be good. You understand what I'm saying? So as long as y'all good, I'm good. And then we can ignore all the rest of the noise, all the little the shots and name callings and defamations and bullshit that's gonna continue on or whatever for a storyline or some views or some damn whatever, right? As long as we good, I'm good. Okay. As long as I know that can't no amount of manipulation and trying to sway people and trying to deem people evil and all type of sick shit, right? As long as we good, I'm good. Cause y'all won't hear me doing that type of shit out here. So y'all ain't even gotta worry about that. But yeah, it's getting sicker and sicker, if you ask me. All right. She said, what time Bobby Brown hours coming tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow, I think, okay, so I'm going to do two shows tomorrow. All right, sorry about that. But I'm going to do two shows tomorrow, right? I'm going to do a show tomorrow at 7, and he's coming on at 9, okay? So if you can be up at 9. You can catch it, but if not, you can catch it the next day. But I'm going to do a show at 7. And I told him, I said, still going to do my show at 7. And he said, that's fine. I'll come on at 9 because he does like soccer or softball, or he does some type of coaching for his youth. Or I don't know, maybe he said his son. But Chris N, I got it. She said, damn. She said, showing some love. Love you more. Thank you so much, girl. Thank you for that blessing. She sent me some coffee love. I appreciate it. And so did uh uh AK got him mad, but I think it's 12K is back and still mad, and they still mad. That's her name. She said, nothing like waking up with Folgers in your cup, thinking of you. Hope you are resting and feeling better. You are in my prayers. Thank you so much, 12K. And then Sheila said, oh, no, that was something different. And then let me see. I think somebody else sent some love on the coffee. Reese said, sis, get you some rest. Love you back, Reese. And then Yasmin sent me some love. And Penny sent me some love. And Kendra sent me some love. And let me see, somebody else sent me some love yesterday. Hold on one second. We got, give me one second. We got Kay. Kay sent me some love. She says, love you or more. Okay. It looked like Kay Kim survived me yesterday, but I think that's your name. And then my girl Penny, she said, just a little something, something. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. She said, just a little something, 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 something. I love that little something, something. So thank y'all so much. But we're going to have 2 shows tomorrow, okay? 2. We're going to do one with just me. And then she said Bobby Brown. And then Trey is going to come on and he's going to do one with me as well, okay? So I gotta send him the story tonight. But he's been listening in too. He just don't want to get involved in no icky sticky women mess. You know what I'm saying? But he's been listening and he's been sending me little, hope everything works out type messages and stuff like that. So I do appreciate that. But he ain't really trying to get in no girl drama like that. And I told him I appreciate that he's not doing that as well. He don't know nothing about it and he ain't trying to know about it. But we're gonna be breaking down stories, giving our opinions on the story. But he said, hey, you ain't tell me that she won the lawsuit. I said, who? He said, the girl that got caught up, the alienation of affection. I was like, yeah, I didn't tell you. I forgot. Yes, the lady won. He told me, shoot, I want to talk about that. I said, now I already talked about it on my channel. I don't know if they want to talk about it, but if y'all do, just let me know because he definitely wants to entertain that topic, okay? Because he was like, he did not know the girl won the lawsuit. Now, I know we did talk about it, but if y'all want to talk about it again, we'll talk about that tomorrow at 9. But I do want him to dive into this other topic with me as well. So we'll see. But he definitely was like, dang, I wanted to come back and talk about that. He's like, y'all got me interested in that story. And then I heard she won. He was like, shoot, I want to talk about that. So I was like, okay, okay, okay. So we'll see, but we are gonna have a messy Monday tomorrow. Y'all know messy Monday, we're gonna be funny or whatever. We're gonna try to make it funny. I don't think everything we talk about is gonna be funny, but we'll see. We just gonna see a flow. I like our flow. We don't really like plan nothing to the T. Like we'll say what we talking about or whatever, but we don't plan it out to the T. So we just kind of go with the flow. And I like that about us. And we will continue to do that. Okay. She said, I miss you talking about it. Oh, you did, Celeste? Well, we'll talk about it. We'll touch on it. We will touch on it. Okay. But him and I did decide that Mondays is going to be our day because he actually does another podcast with another guy on, I think he said Wednesday or Thursday. So Mondays are going to be our day. So I'm going to put up a nice thumbnail that says Monday with Amore and Trey. All right. So until he get up and running on his YouTube channel, he'll be coming over here. But then after he get up and running, like he has a channel, but he got some things going on. But once he get it straightened out, then we'll do collaboration, and that is just me. YouTube got this new thing about collaboration. I got to figure out how it works, but basically he'll get credit and I'll get credit. We'll both get credit on the same live stream. That's what collaboration is. We'll both get credit or whatever. I think you can actually watch it on both of our channels if I'm not mistaken, or something to that effect. But we'll both get credit, and YouTube won't flag one or the other because as long as we as long as we pin it collaboration, I think we'll be good. She said, "What's the topic for him and I tomorrow?" We're gonna talk a little bit about Brene, the case where she lost all the money. I see her out here clowning though, y'all. I've been looking at Camille page and she been out here clowning like she ain't bothered. But child, I don't know why people be acting like they ain't bothered when they just lost the whole lawsuit for $1 million, almost 2 million. Oh, you bothered. You just acting like you ain't bothered, but you better go over there and eat that Chipotle and stop playing. She said, just a little funny, Amor, how in the hell you take unseasoned spot for the podcast? I might have to tell y'all that on a members only live. I might have to tell you on a members only, but that is funny though, ain't it? Hey, we vibe, we vibing, we vibing. No, we vibe. That is crazy though. She said, and we supporters not following him, just joking. No, listen, I am not putting nobody out there no more. To myself, y'all go follow them. And if you follow somebody, it'll be on your own. You hear me? I am not getting caught up again. And a year from now, they'll be like, "Don't support her. She's demonic, but support me. I'm the moral one. I'm the best one. I'm gonna make sure I tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not the liar. She is, and yeah." And support me, and I deserve all the support and she don't, and how can you support this person? No, I don't need no more of that. Child, hell no. You hear me? I'm gonna be traumatized for a minute. No, I'm just kidding. She said, Amora, definitely keep the topics diverse and interesting. It's up and it's stuck. Yes, it's gonna be up and it's stuck. And not only that, we may even do like a ask Amora and Trey. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could just ask us questions or whatever, and just hear our take on different things that's going on in the world, whether it's social media or social justice or anything, so that may be something good too. It may just be ashtray and a more, and y'all could just pick our brain. If y'all got some questions from a man and you want to hear answers from a man point of view, we may do something like that. Right now we just doing trial and error. We at first said relationship topics, but he was like, I don't want to just be stuck to no relationship topics, and I'm like, okay, my bad, my bad. So it may be different things or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we just, we want to collaborate together and do a show once a week and just see where it goes, you know? I don't see no pettiness going on between us. We ain't in no competition. He got like 5 or 600,000 supporters on one of his channels. Like, so he does well on other platforms. And I don't think he coming in here to steal no thunder, and I ain't trying to steal his thunder. So I don't think he gonna be trying to worry about how many super chats I'm getting or me worrying about how much money he getting. It ain't even that type of party, you know. So I think we're gonna be fine, you know. I think we're gonna be fine. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. So he'll be here tomorrow. But I'm about to go take me some medicine and lay in this hot bath and just wind down for a minute. She said, season ain't well enough for a podcast. In my opinion, she ain't either, but you know, she's definitely not. She's still over there trying to figure it out. I seen a comment that said, if y'all really knew what was going on, y'all wouldn't even be saying this. Well, tell us then. Because you saying all this that we really knew, but you ain't telling nobody. So then how we supposed to know? Wait a minute, what? He on life support? Oh, damn. Damn, I didn't know that. Damn. Prayers going up for Reverend Jesse Jackson. Damn. That's sad to hear. Oh, Lord. How old is he? Isn't he like 70 something, or is he 80 something now? Let me look that up right quick. How old is he? He is he 84. Okay. Prayers going up for him. He's 84. He was born in 1941. Mm. I did not know that. Thank you for telling me that. I did not know. Did not know. That's sad. She said he's been sick for a while. Okay, didn't know that either. So we get so caught up doing other things that we don't even know that this type of information. But no, I didn't know he was sick. But I did hear, well, first of all, prayers going up for Reverend Jesse Jackson. But I did hear that Little Wayne, and let me just make sure before I just say what I heard. Hold on, let me just make sure this is true. Because somebody told me something. I don't know if it's true or not. Oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't say it. They said it's a rumor. Lord Jesus, I'm so glad I ain't say it. All right, they said that's a rumor. All right, I was about to come out here and tell y'all some shit I heard. And that's the problem. We get so caught up with saying what we heard and it don't even be true. I'm so glad I stopped. Thank you, Lord. Because, baby, oh my God, people be just coming out here with all this false ass information. Ooh, I was about to repeat that. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't. But anyway, belay my last about the Little Wayne. I'm glad I didn't even say it out my damn mouth. But anyway, but our girl Candy just celebrated an anniversary and a birthday. Okay, she's 43 years old on Friday. All right. She celebrated her anniversary and her first anniversary where they got tattoo rings, which I think is super cute, and her birthday. So anyway, so proud of her. But all right, you guys, I love y'all. I'm literally about to take some medicine and I am about to take a hot bath and just lay it down. I don't even know who else is going live tonight, but I'm sure the internet streets are still going to be popping because I'm sure after my live, it may be like 4, 5 more lives. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. But as far as me, I'm about to go relaxed, okay? So I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you for lifting me up. Y'all just don't know how much that helped me today. And yeah, that part. Thank y'all so very much. I do appreciate y'all, but we still stand, okay? We still stand. Love y'all. Hit that thumbs up button on the way out, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Good night.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
She kept talking about
We
that
got these
family.
hoes over there clapped out
She kept
bad.
talking about that family. She kept talking
Internet
about that
gangsters.
family. She kept talking about that family. She kept talking about that family. That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen on them. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.